Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our Best Bet Live page, both on Facebook Live and also on Twitch.tv. This is Arlie Johnson with you, and today we are broadcasting our Fall Frenzy 2 main event. This is a $1,500 buy-in, tremendous success last month, so we wanted to do it again. Another great field for this weekend also. So we want to congratulate our 8 players at the final table and, of course, wish them all the best. And with everybody watching at home, let's introduce you to everybody at the final table today. In our 1 seat, he is currently the short stack, but he also has the title from this weekend's 240 Fall Frenzy warm-up. He already has 1 trophy today and this weekend and looking for a 2nd trophy for the weekend. He comes down from Clawson, Michigan with a chip count of 255,000. Let's give a round of applause for Dimitri Leshy. In the 2 seat, one of a handful of local favorites from right here in Jacksonville. He has a chip count of 455,000. Oftentimes commentating for these live table events, but not today. He's got a spot at the table in the 2 seat. A round of applause for Eddie Marskoski. In the 3 seat sits our chip leader for the day. He's the only one over $1 million in chips, 1,110,000. He is from St. Augustine, Florida. Let's welcome Steven Strout. From the 4 seat, he is one of 2 representatives from South Carolina today, coming from Sumter, South Carolina. A chip count of 280,000. A warm welcome for Michael Cox. Skipping the 5 seat and now moving to the 6 seat. He is a local from Jacksonville with a chip count of 805,000. A warm round of applause for Rod Moore. In our 7 seat today, hailing from Neptune Beach, a chip count of 365,000. Another one of our local favorites. It is Patrick the Pig Pigford. From the 8 seat, from Charleston, South Carolina, but certainly makes his way down here to Jacksonville quite a bit. He is 2nd overall in chips right now, 905,000 in chips. Again, from Charleston, this is Ben Diebold. And to round out our final table, from St. Augustine, Florida, and a chip count of 375,000, a round of applause for Guy Caudill. Gentlemen, again, congratulations for making it this far. We have 8 more spots to fill out. The next one out is going to place 7,292, but that is obviously not what you were fighting for. You are looking for a grand prize of over $63,000 for first place today. We wish you all the best. Our dealers today are Kirk, who is off on the side right now, and Elise is going to get things started. Button begins in the 6th seat. We have blinds at 10,000 small, 20,000 big. Oh, button in the 7th seat, apologies. Button in the 7th seat. 10,000 small blind, 20,000 big blind, 20,000 ante. We still have 17 minutes left in this level. Good luck, everyone. Elise, shuffle up and deal.
And welcome back to Best Bet Live, everybody. As you can see, we are at our final table of our Fall Frenzy Part 2. $1,500 buy-in tonight on this big tournament, guys. We're going to have a few guest commentators in the box. Part of the E-Train is going to be in here. Eric Steinbaugh, and you guys heard Josh Atkins the other night on our big PLO game. They're going to be in the box along with a few others. Jordan Spina in the booth, going to be hanging out with you guys all night. Hope we have fun tonight, guys. Like you said, we saw this exact same tournament last month, so this is the part 2. Let's take it away.
Thank you, Jordan, and thank you guys for joining us today. Another Fall Frenzy tournament for you. Final table. Myself, Eric 1K Steinbaugh, half the E-Train, as Jordan said. The other half out there on the table in the 2 seat. Instead, in here, we've got WPT champ Josh Atkins in here with me. Welcome to the stream, Josh.
Thank you for having me. What's going on, everyone? We got an exciting one today, playing for 63,000 big ones. And a little over a day and a half work. Day and a half's work. Not so bad.
Not a hard way to make easy living, they say, right? Looks like we got all in first hand right here. Dimitri, under the gun, comes in the short stack with only 255,000. Cards did not make the reader, it looks like. Gets through the button all the way to the blinds. Guy here with a suited ace.
Gonna let it go.
Yeah, he's
Good
the next
fold.
short stack.
Yeah. Looking for ladders here if you're a shorty. Trying to ladder up the pay jumps.
Nick from Yuma checking in. Appreciate all you guys in the chat. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, follow button. Get notifications for all of our live events here. We have every week at least 2 or 3. And like they said, $63,000 up top for the first place in this one. We had 182 players. We're down to the last 8 right here. And we've got some pretty decent players in this field.
Absolutely, there were some beasts in the field. I came up just short of the final table. Got 14th. But yeah, there was a ton of good players and a really good turnout for Best Bet, especially with what's going on in Vegas right now with the Venetian. So,
Yeah, I forgot that one's going on. I
Right.
expected us to be a little more than last time, but
Right.
it's still a great turnout.
Yeah, great turnout.
Here's going to fold over to Ben.
Guy with the ace king of clubs. Some pretty big hand here in the small blind. See how he proceeds.
So blinds are 10-20 with 20,000 K, or I'm sorry, 20,000 ante.
He is going to come in for an open. Didn't see how much, but blinds didn't have much, so he's going to scoop up the big blind and the ante, which is like huge for short stacks, obviously, getting those big blinds. Chipping up.
Oh yeah, you're definitely looking for those ladders. He said 7,300 for the next spot with a $1,000 ladder between 8th and 7th place. And the next jump is 1,700, so definitely basically going to try to get the extra buy-in in there,
Buy-in, yeah, absolutely.
which is always important when you play a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all that matters, really.
Eddie's the big blind here. Nothing going yet. Guy thinks about it with the 10 high on the button. Can't really risk it too much with his stack, so doesn't want to waste any chips.
Eddie gonna get a walk.
That's always nice too.
Walk him up. Yeah, a couple of absolute monsters at this final table. Eddie is actually the has the most cashes at Best Bet
Yeah.
out of anyone in the world. That's pretty huge. And then Ben DeBold, pretty good friend of mine. He's an absolute monster as well. And Dimitri's short on chips, but I played with him quite a bit yesterday, and the guy is really solid. So
Yeah, and if you did hear Arlie said Dimitri in the 1C did win event #1 on Friday. Got about almost $12,000 for that one on a $240 buy-in.
yep, that's a quick day's work. Nice little 12K come up. Oh, we got the ace king and a limp from Guy here. Dimitri with the ace 5 of clubs. Let's see what he does. He's going to move it in.
Yeah, it looks like actually guy might have raised. I'm not sure. Oh, no, he did limp.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Dimitri's
Oh,
gonna
wow.
rip
And
it
Steven
in.
wakes up with 2 queens here in the big blind. Yeah, the money's getting in here. So,
Yeah, Steven here, the chip leader.
yeah, could get a ladder here, or a couple of ladders here, because I don't see Guy folding the ace and the king. He didn't limp this to fold.
Steven's gonna re-jam here enough to put both the players in.
Let's see what Guy does.
I don't expect a fold. You get ace king and you've got 15 bigs. You're pretty much going with it.
Yeah, you're excited to go with it. That's a monster.
It's really funny because he limped hoping to get this
he's-
action,
he's
and
gonna
then now
get
he
in.
got
So we
too
have
much
a-
of it.
Yeah, we got a 3-way and it looks like Dimitri doesn't have ace-5 of clubs. It might be registering wrong on the card.
Yeah, I think the 5 of clubs was Eddie's, and it slid across
Right.
and registered.
Okay.
Dimitri does have ace-king as
Yeah,
well.
he has the ace-king. Wow, what a spot here for two friends. The ace-king versus the 2 queens. If he wins the flip, we'll have 2 ladders. And I think Dimitri would actually get 8 because he's shorter on chips.
Correct. Yeah, that's would be how it worked. If the 2 people go out at the same time, the
Right.
person with the higher chip count will get the higher prize.
Right, there are still four outs for these guys. A couple of straights too.
I'm sure everybody else is rooting for Steven.
Right, yeah.
$2,700 pay jump if both of these players get knocked
Right.
out here.
So we could lose 2 within the first orbit here. Let's see what happens.
King
Wow,
right there on the
king in
flop.
door.
Steven looking
Steven's
for the
gonna
2 outer.
So
Like it says, eliminate Dimitri there. That is incorrect. Steve will take a hit.
neither player will double, but both add some chips. They'll chop up Steven's money.
Yep, desperately needed for those two as well,
Yeah,
being the 2
absolutely,
shorties.
being
So
shorties, so
that's going to even these playing field out a little bit. Now we're going to have 5 players about that are going to have, actually even 6 now with Steven, they're going to have close to the same chip stack.
absolutely.
Going to see what kind of, interesting to see what kind of spots they can find.
Yeah, that's a tough spot. I feel for him there. It's an absolute dream spot. All players having ace-king, and you have 2 queens.
Yeah, just
Didn't hold.
that's why you build that stack so you can face those
Absolutely,
beats and keep going.
absolutely. And that right there is why tournaments are tough. But these guys have all done a great job, obviously, to navigate through a pretty large field. And now they're playing for some dollars.
Yeah, like we said, we had 182 players in this tournament, just under $250,000 prize pool. 7 players between one of these gentlemen and $63,000.
Yep. Which is honestly insane. Putting no guarantee on this tournament to get a quarter million prize pool. That's
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
It just speaks volumes about what Best Bet is. How well they run things.
Oh, absolutely. They always get incredible turnouts for tournaments.
Nick, the cards were registered wrong. It was ace king, ace king
640,000 in seat 9.
versus queen.
Thank you, guys.
The 5 of them was not. 4 cards. No,
He don't know I'm supposed to chop it. He looks like he's worried. I would have met him for both of them.
Stephen Null, thanks for joining us in the Facebook chat. Hope you're feeling better, my man.
Hey, Miss Connie, how are you?
Adam checking in from DeLand. Rooting for that E-Train. You know I'm rooting for that co-conductor of mine, Eddie, down there in the 2-seat.
Me as well. Eddie's a really good friend of mine. We talk pretty often. Anytime I'm in a spot, that's who I go to. So, yeah, rooting for Big Eddie here. Wow, Rob with a couple of kings. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, and Rob's gonna be one of the bigger stacks now after Steven taking that hit.
Right.
So it's raised up to 65,000 here. A little larger size.
$68 satellite interest. That's a lot of the satellite interest still, though. That's like,
Yeah, 2 a week for a month, basically.
right,
so-
right. Yeah, that's a pretty good spot, though.
Oh yeah, that was good value in those satellites
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
$300 buy-ins.
A couple of my homies that moved from Tallahassee up here to Jacksonville actually won a couple of different ones. Won one, so.
I'd be surprised if at least half of these players didn't win the
Michael
satellite.
making a very disciplined fold there in the big blind with 2 6s. That is a really big fold. I think he understands a little bit like what these ladders mean and how top heavy the payouts are. So
Yeah, I think he's actually the short stack now
yeah,
after those ace kings. So.
folding off 10 bigs with 2 6s there. That's a very nice fold.
And you can hear his rail rooting for him there on the side. Sounds like a little Kelly Joe to me.
Yeah, Kelly Joe is the luckiest person in Jacksonville. So if he's on your rail, you got some luck behind you, that's for sure.
Okay, we got a lot of YouTube people up there in Michigan rooting for Dimitri there. So they call themselves the 248 Donkeys.
Okay. Dimitri played extremely well yesterday. I literally played with him all day. Day one, I had the pleasure of being on his left, so that was nice. And but he played really well.
Looks right here, we got Ben opening up under the gun +1 to 40,000.
Yeah, Eddie's gonna jam here for sure. He's got 20 bigs. He's gonna get the money in.
Yeah. Right size to be shoving.
No way Ben can call though. He knows Eddie is a goof off in the spot. So.
And then he does shove as expected, just over 450,000.
Michael waking up with another pair has to send him to the muck. That's pretty standard.
Yeah, but
the sixes hand was like, that's an insane fold. Like, we didn't even talk about that much, but like,
Yeah.
to one open and just to mug 2 sixes in the big blind off 10 bigs, that's a really nice fold.
It's got to be pretty annoying too. They're getting 2 pocket pairs in
Right,
their blinds.
right.
As the short stack,
As
you
the
can't
short
play
stack,
them.
you can't play them. Yeah, absolutely.
Those you think in your head those might be the best hands I see for the
Right.
next 3 orbits.
Yeah, tough to get a better hand than 2 sixes.
But it was a great fold.
It was a great fold.
I was gonna say, like, I got 20 right here. I'm looking at it for you. I'm like, hey.
You see them out there laughing, still having a good
blind calling
time.
already.
They're not letting this money get to them. A few of these players have been in these final tables before as well, so pretty used to it.
In with the 2 aces. That's a nice find. Guy here with 2 sevens. Let's see how he proceeds. I think he's deep enough to call. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got 30 bigs. He can definitely just call. When spots like this happen, I feel like us younger guys kind of get viewed as maybe we're a little too aggressive. So I think he might be taking a more aggressive approach here because he could think Ben's opening light. You've seen Ben open and fold twice so far, so he could.
Yeah, and he does go for the 3-bet here, 140,000. I actually like the sizing. Everything seems fine
Yeah,
so far.
Size is fine.
However-
This is standard. Ben
Yeah.
is going to cram, and
If you're going to
Put the
be
2 sevens
3-betting
to saves.
to fold here, I would much rather just prefer to call.
call, correct. That's really the problem with his hand, with 3-betting his hand. If he has like 25 bigs, I think he can 3-bet shove, but he just had a little too many big blinds
Right.
to 3-bet, I think. So I think he maybe could have just called, because I just don't like 3-bet folding. So.
Yeah, and then he has
I
to
don't
has
fold.
to at this point now.
Right.
Because he knows at best he's flipping.
Right. Ben's never doing that with 2 sixes.
No.
So
Hey! Big up here, ladies and gentlemen. Big up here. Dang.
Kevin says Dimitri was playing the 240 and the satellite at the same time. Wow. Sicko with the multi-tables. The multi-table live. Things you love to see.
Good cop.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, Guy waking up with 2 9s here under the gun.
Yeah, and I think if he opens and gets 3-bet here, he's probably just going to go with this 2 nines. Too good of a hand off 25.
Yeah, sometimes you
Unless
just gotta
some
know.
like insane action happens.
Right. You can always change your mind, but
Right.
that's your mentality going in.
Right.
It's going to make it around to the button.
Rod on the button with ace-8.
You've got to see guys raising under the gun.
Right. This has just got to be a muck, but he's going to call.
Yeah, he wants to see a flop.
Ben will probably
Muck
defend
the
this
ace.
as well.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, this is a 2-min raise.
Yeah, getting-
he's
getting,
definitely good enough
you know.
to maneuver post flop
Right,
and not make any
absolutely.
big
Getting
mistakes.
6.5 to 1 is just too. I mean, he can almost call any 2.
Probably folds a small blind.
Right. Yeah, definitely folds a small one. Getting that price.
Tim Gower checking in. Thanks for joining us, my man.
Or Guy's just gonna open, rip the Queen Jack Jack flop,
Wow.
and get it through. So
That's
see some high aggression
Yeah.
from Guy, and taking the pot down.
lucky no one hit any of that flop.
Right.
That's generally going to hit a lot of
The
player's calling range.
The button's calling range,
Yeah.
absolutely. Queen Jack Jack can smash. Tim Gower in the chat. What's up, brother?
You know, Flat tire was good.
The old Jack 4, huh? Talking about the flat tire. What do you need a Jack for? Huh.
Dimitri under the gun, going to be here first. Zip line still 20, 40,000.
You know, I'm just waiting. I'm like,
I'm sorry, 10, 20,000 with a 20,000 ante.
Right. What do they move to next? Is there a 25K limit or is it
I have to double
30K?
check the structure sheet.
Kelly, give me $20. I don't.
Ben, you hear Ben playing for 60,000, asking Kelly for a little 20 spot.
He doesn't want to waste any money.
Ben going, or Dimitri going with the under the gun limp here, off 20 bigs. It's gonna bring Ben in from the small blind with the king 5 off, and Guy is gonna check his option. We'll take a flop here. This limping strategy is actually pretty tough to play against, because if a good player can balance it well.
Right. That's the key. You can't
like,
just do it the same
right,
way,
yeah,
same
we
hands
can't-
all the
We
time.
can't just be limping threes. We have to limp our strong hands too if we're gonna do it. So, I wish his cards were getting picked up. I'd love to see what he's limping with here.
Yeah, it seems that spot is having a little bit of trouble today.
And yeah, Ben's not gonna fold the ones out here. Guy
Yeah.
turning a 9. Let's see how, or if he's gonna overcall the flop with third pair.
Yeah, I'd like to see a fold.
Yeah.
He does.
Definitely can't get in the mix there. And the 10 of diamonds playing in the river.
Interesting what Ben does here.
Right. I wonder if Ben would turn his hand to a bluff.
Right,
If he had
I was
if
thinking
he had
that.
the king of diamonds and the 5 of clubs instead, I would think he's more apt to turn his hand to a bluff if there's a bet on the river. But once again, Dimitri's not very deep either. So
Dimitri tries to go for thin value here.
Right.
I wonder if Ben checks jams. Nope, snap fold. Like you said, that under the gun limp just, or that limp, yeah, it was under the gun, just makes it so hard to play against, like you said.
absolutely, it freezes a lot of people. Really.
15,000 small blind, 25,000 big blind, 25,000 ante, okay?
3x.
15,000, 25,000 blind, 25,000.
Exploit that pretty easily. So.
the spotlight's up. You're nervous or something?
We can get Curtin there, lease out, take a break.
First time I lived, like,
Ian, I think he is putting the cards. Sometimes I've sat in the one seat, and sometimes the card reader is like, not exactly where the box is. So he is putting in the cards. You can see that on the screen. It just might not be picking up for whatever reason.
All right, once again, 182 players we had. 243,000 in the prize pool. First place here, 63,000. Fall Frenzy number 2 final table. We had one of these last month. Had a great turnout for that. Another great turnout here.
And they are going to 15K, 25K. So that's
Okay,
nice.
nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Not a full jump up there. Get that little
Right.
extra level in there. So I wonder if the next will be 15, 30, 30.
Yeah, it'll be 15, 30, 30. And then the turbo begins after that one. 20, 40.
Yeah, hopefully we can be down to like 5-handed by then.
Right.
No, that's good.
Yeah, we should see a ladder here soon. It would
Yeah.
shock me if
6 folds.
it went too much longer without a bust.
It's like Steven's going to raise the King Queen, 55,000 here.
8 folds.
Guy with a suited ace here in the small blind. Makes a tight fold. You peel a flop there with the suited ace?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's still, it was less than 10% of your stack. It's probably only about
Right,
8%.
less than 10%. It is a UTG1 open, so, I
Yeah.
kind of lean towards 3-betting them before I just peel the ace-6 suited.
Right. His stack obviously doesn't warrant that.
Right.
But yeah, the only hand Steven's played so far has been that queen. So.
Right, exactly. And I played a little bit with Steven yesterday as well, and he does seem to be on the tighter side. So ace-6 suited, more than fine to muck. I definitely think I like calling the least, though, of
Yeah.
the 3.
Steel Wheel in the Facebook chat. Hashtag super tight. Professional troll Steel Wheel. Always glad to have him.
Dimitri over 260s in the small. Over a cutoff open from the second chip leader. It's probably just going to be a rip. I'd be shocked. if
Yeah,
he
later
doesn't get
position
any.
here. Let's see, 35,000.
Definitely a solver rip. It's just a matter of who thinks it's an ICM fun or not, which I don't think it is against Ben. Ben's going to be opening correctly, so
Yeah.
I think you just shove
I was also
it
curious if
correctly.
he was thinking about, like, you know, just potentially stop it and go on safer boards.
Right.
But he does rip.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty standard as well.
Yeah, he's going to get through. Against a guy that, you know, is going to be opening correctly, it's
Right.
just, you know, you just got to go with it. And if he wakes up with bigger, then GG.
Good for him.
We still got 2 outs. Let's try and hit a 6.
And Ben wasting a little bit of time there.
Little Hollywood, make sure he knows that, you know, I had a decision, even though he didn't. But next time he opens, he wants to think, you know, he got a
Exactly.
decision.
He's folded every time to the
Right.
3-bet, so.
Yeah, he's running bad in his opens so far. And they've all been, well, he did get 2 aces and he got a 3-bet, so. But he has been 3-bet every open so far.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to ace this one.
Yeah.
David checking in from Maine. Thanks for joining us again, my man. Good to see you. Been away from the stream for a couple weeks. Nice to be back. Me and Eddie last week missed the stream. We're in Austin ourselves playing on a different stream. Had a good little time on my off days. Made it back just in time to final table this thing. What a beast. And looks like Patrick here with the 3s. Yeah, off the
Yeah,
small
that's-
stack, just gonna let him go. Nice disciplined fold.
Absolutely. Guy here should be coming in for an open. He may limp this again. Yeah, he's going to limp it, which I don't mind. 9-8 suited. Eddie Jacksonville Eddie. We're calling him Jacksonville Eddie for this show.
I like to see a
Eddie.
raise.
Yeah. It's just such a good hand.
I-
We can just come in and complete for such a good price and not really blow the pot with 9 high.
honestly thought I'd just take it down a lot of time the way
Right.
Guy's been kind of passive with his
Right.
hands. Might be able to pick up some easy chips.
Yeah,
Squeeze
thing
out
with,
the
with his
big
hand
blind.
is he's got so much equity, he
Right.
just doesn't really want to blow a huge pot and play 9 high out of position, but get a little bit of a cooler flop here in a limp pot. He's gonna flop middle pair and Guy gonna flop top pair. Eddie gonna lead out to 35,000. Third pot. Steven with the backdoor flush draw. Looks like he's gonna float one.
Interesting.
And this is a pretty good spot and pretty good hand to maybe raise for protection. You know, these top pair, like good kicker hands. A lot of good turns for his hand with the backdoor king high flush draw. I don't know how I feel about the jam.
Yeah, 530,000. He rips it.
But he is just going to protect his hand and get it through. And nice hand, Guy.
Yeah, picks up those chips. Now he's up to 700,000.
Yeah, he was what?
He came in third, or what was Guy? Came in with 375. Yeah.
Wow, he's almost doubled up without showing down a hand. That's well, he did show down the ace king, but that was a chop pot. So really nice job by Guy here, moving on up the ladder.
Man, I'm actually a little shocked that we hadn't had any eliminations yet. I expected with some of these short stacks
Right.
within the first orbit
Right.
we'd have at least 1 or 2.
I mean, Michael Cox playing absurd for how short he is. Like those 2 hands, those were definitely very, very get-inable hands.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting though if he does happen to be the next player to bust. If he looks back and thinks, "Man, maybe I should have just ripped it in there."
Yeah, but we of course know he made the right play.
Yeah, he'll look back and feel justified.
Absolutely.
Installed option.
Small blind completes here, and Michael checks back. Guy limped again with the suited ace.
Check.
He's at 10-4 deuce. 2 diamonds on this flop. Nobody hits any of it. Checks through. 9 and diamonds on the turn here. Gives Steven open-ender. Not a single player with a diamond.
Yeah, and this should just take it down. Guy is going to look him up with the gutter, looks like. And ace high still could be the best hand.
Yeah, he makes the call, sees the river. Boom.
Oh, drills a gutter, and Steven B at the bottom of his range here. He's probably going to barrel, and he's just going to get snapped.
105.
Nice half pot bet, which I like. Obviously, seeing the hands, it's tough to get on board with it, but
Yeah, I mean, guy here too, he's
3 of clubs, complete brick for this board, so Steven can win with AI.
3 diamonds out there, and I don't think guy can raise here. And we, as seeing the cards, we obviously know he won't get any more.
Raise
Wow, announces a raise.
300.
And he'll send the AI into the muck.
Interesting. I didn't think he was going to raise there with the diamond completing and then bet. But he hit his card. Wanted to get some extra value out of it.
You hit a gutter on a 3 flush board. You got to get some value from it. So
I'm usually the other way. When I call for the gutter, I have to bluff the flush
Right,
when it
right.
hits. All right, so if you're just joining us, you got myself, Eric 1K Steinball, joined with WPT champ Josh Atkins in the booth. Eddie, the other half of E-Train, down there on the table. You got Jordan in the production booth. Thanks for joining us. 201 Monument Road, Best Bet, Jacksonville, Florida.
best room in Florida by far. It's not even close. It's my absolute favorite place to play in all of Florida. The cash games are great. Tournaments are great. I've had a lot of success in this room, and it's not too far of a drive for me. It being
Success always helps.
Yeah, success. Being 2.5 hours from Tallahassee, I don't really play much in Tallahassee. The games are a little too small, so I consider Best Bet my home room. I haven't been playing much live lately, but this is definitely where I call home. And yeah, if you guys are, looking to spin, they're always here with great action.
Oh, yeah. Always tons of action, that's for sure. Looks like Patrick raised the king jack of spades here under the gun to 65. Steven defends the button,
And
flops
we
top
got
pair.
an
Hello.
action flop. Holy.
And Patrick just jams.
I don't think Steven can be folding here.
Took about a pot size bet, just over a pot size bet. Got the 2 overs in the flush draw, rips it in here.
It's how fast he jammed too. It's like kind of feels like something he has, and I mean, it's just a matter of if he feels like he's flipping. This could feel like ace king too,
Yeah.
just like the snap rip.
I mean, you flop top. It's tough to get away from.
Right, tough to get away from. I don't see a fold here happening. I would have beat him in the pot with this hand. So, one pair is tough to make. It's hard to make.
It's hard to make a pair.
It's hard to make a pair. Yeah, he's gonna call. And
He does call, shows him.
Patrick gonna need some spades, a king or a jack, or running straight cards.
As you can see on the
or he will be
55%.
our 8th place finisher. He is a favorite. 4 diamonds, that's a brick. Oh, and he rivers the nut flush.
Nutter Butter River.
So we're still not gonna lose someone. Still 8 left.
Yeah, and Steven's there. And looks like now he's going to be on our short stack. Came in as a chip leader, hasn't won a pot today.
Yeah, got pretty unlucky with the queens versus ace king versus ace king.
Yeah.
Got all the equity in that hand.
And here you can see our chip stack. Michael down just as the short stack. Steven just there next to him. Guy up there.
Guy, chip leading now.
Yeah. All those limps have been confusing people, getting them in some good spots. And that's why his VPIP's so high, because he's been just getting it in there, seeing some flops. and they're letting them. So they're going to have to adjust here and not let them just pick these little pots up.
April.
Don't think guy can limp the 8-5 offsuit. Yeah, he's gonna let this one go.
It's fun to look at, but
Yeah.
doesn't play too well. Attorney's out of position.
Michael gonna shove a mystery hand. He is on the short stack, so he's gonna shove about 6.5 bigs here. Patrick with the ace-4 suited in the big blind. I think
You put your cards in the box.
Yeah, he's going to have to call.
you just gotta flick it in here.
It's gonna
I
be
mean, you're
1,
30%
5.
against any hand but aces. You already have a big blind out there. It's 5 to call. You get a ladder. There's incentive to call. It means actual money in your pocket if you call and win. So I think we just gotta flick it in and
Yeah, especially against the button range. I mean,
right. And we can still be ahead here. He's gonna be shoving king jack, king 10, you know, hands like that. So flick it in and yep.
All right.
We're gonna see
Does
the
just
cards.
make the call.
Looks like a queen and a 10, or maybe a king and a 10.
Yeah, because I didn't want
See
to.
if we can get a camera on it here in a second.
Yeah, you could heard Mike say,
Jack in the
what
10.
took you so long?
Right.
He would have
Yeah.
snap called with that hand, but wanted to take his time. Ooh, turns a bad card for him.
We are going to lose our first player, Patrick, or Michael,
And Michael Copps from South Carolina.
scooping up a quick $7,292. Congrats to Michael. What a run.
Yeah, tried to play that short stack.
Yeah, he played great.
Yeah, he
Just-
maneuvered it around. A lot of people tried to get their stacks in, but they just won every time. He did it, unfortunately.
So now everyone guaranteed $8,292, exactly a 1K pay jump. And from then we start, you know, talking about some money.
Yeah, once a couple more spots here, we're getting those 5 figures.
Right.
All chasing that 63K up top.
I keep telling myself.
We got some Nicky rooting for Eddie in the Facebook chat.
Jacksonville, Eddie.
There you go. You heard it here first. Josh a little salty because Jacksonville Eddie called him Tallahassee Josh, so
Yeah, we had 2 Joshes on the final table.
Yeah, just so we can have an idea.
The WBC that I was fortunate enough to win. And talent.
yeah, it was a pretty
Bryson,
quick heads-up battle there against Tran.
Yeah,
Or Tan, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was 8 hands it lasted. Bryson, I got 14 in the turn.
Count them stacked in random nuts.
Yeah, just shoved the button with 10 big blinds, king 6 suited, and Ben woke up in a small line with 2-7. So we were out of there.
And Steven here on the short stack, going to rip it in with the Queen Jack.
From the cutoff, yep, this is definitely a
Yeah, he's only got 9, just over 9 with the big, so.
right. Less than 7.
Oh, it's 25K, that's right, so they went up, I'm sorry.
Alright, 6 holes.
Yeah, I think actually Ben's going to make the right lay down. He knows he's probably dominated a little too often for 6 more bigs.
Right. I mean, it is a really close spot, but I think the
Close.
chips like just mean
More,
too much.
exactly.
Right.
You don't want to give him those chips. There's no
Right.
reason.
Yeah, it is a tough spot though.
But I do think he's going to come to the fold.
Right.
For those reasons you just said.
Yeah.
More valuable to have him.
Correct. Calling off your chips in a tournament is never good. Whenever you can raise and take. So he makes the correct fold there. Very nice fold by Ben. That is a close spot. And gets out of danger's way.
Still think that this is a short debate.
Yeah, we got a lot of these stacks now. We're just going to be pretty close to it. They're all kind of
Right.
waiting
All
each other out to
all
try to
of
see what
them
happens.
One double away from just being in total control.
Oh, reset. There you go.
This is where Rod and Steven should
Arlie,
guy
Mom,
top
how's the
stacks.
clock?
You know, be trying to find these spots where they can pick up a few blinds here, a few blinds there. Make sure if they do get it in, they can have those other stacks
Oh,
covered.
you have it in the back? We're good? Okay, so I'll call out. Okay, never mind. We're good, Arlie. Yeah, we're good. Yep, we're good. Sorry about that.
Seven left. This one's probably already lasted longer
I was
than,
just
than the last
I was just thinking that.
1500, no?
The last one took about an hour and 40 minutes, I think, start to finish, and we're.
Wow, that's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought it was like. Oh man, I must have bricked out then there for an hour.
Steven with the queen jack. Probably. He's going to limp it, okay.
Interesting.
He just shoved this hand off 7. Now he has 10 bigs, and he's going to limp it.
Spin completes here. Guy should be checking this back as well.
I want to see some pain right here. Let's see the queen 9-7 flop.
One time.
75. C9 raises 75.
I get spicy in the big blind with the queen 7 off. Just putting the pressure on these guys with chip lead. I actually love
weird,
this play.
yeah.
I love this play because you get hands like queen jack, queen 10, the hands that dominate you get them to fold.
Yeah.
So like, I'm a bigger fan of it with like the queen 4 off. If you want to squeeze that hand, I'm like all on board for stuff like that. So.
But exactly just like I was saying, he's the bigger stack. Got to find these spots
Right.
where you can just pick up some
Exactly.
extra blinds, put the
Absolutely.
pressure on these shorter stacks.
ICM is a real thing, and that was a great play by Guy.
Thought he might have raised a little more though. Only 2 more blinds. I thought
Right,
that Queen
right.
Jack might have
maybe a
been worth a
4X
peel.
raise. But again, it's still in a really tough spot
Absolutely.
because the 10 bigs is pretty handicapped.
then
Eddie
you-
with the queen 9 suited here. Let's see what he does. Gonna come in for an open. Love it.
65,000. 65.
And Steven with the ace and the 8 off with 9 bigs.
Yeah,
Gonna fold.
and Eddie probably picking up on that. Everyone's starting to play tighter on these short
Right.
stacks, so might as well. Blinds are
Yeah,
coming up to him.
Ed-
Let's get some back.
Eddie's ability to adjust is what it most impresses me about his game. He's always adapting at the table, and
He's very aware.
right, very, very aware of what's going on around him, and he knows this is a really tight big blind. Dimitri's really solid, but he is playing pretty snug, and so yeah, he is going to get looked up here. We don't know by what hand.
Yeah, but Eddie does have a
Yeah.
huge range advantage
Right.
here. Under the gun open, and Dimitri just calling.
And we got a pretty good hand, Queen 9 suited, and this is just an insanely good board for Eddie. I wish it came deuce deuce 6 or deuce deuce 8 every time I opened a pot because this is just gonna go bet fold like 80%.
Yeah, he's probably going to down bet too.
Yeah. Well,
75.
75K, which I like because there is a flush draw. This is what he'd be doing with 2 8s, 2 9s. Dimitri does look suspicious.
Because he knows the same things that Eddie knows.
Right.
I mean, probably. That's so far what we think.
10 of spades rolls off.
Dimitri checks again. Eddie's got just under a pot-sized stack here. He does check back. 5 of spades, river. Of the flushes, that Eddie could have that he's checking back on the turn here, would be the ace of spades.
It's gonna be a good game.
Probably one of the few he checks back.
You know it.
Look here, Dimitri going to lead out, it looks like.
You guys have a good defense.
Oh.
You gotta get to it.
Going for a quick count of his
Tough.
chips.
Yeah.
Should be fun. I'll never forget when we lost to you guys early in the season, and then we had to play you guys again. Or no, we beat you guys early in the season, then we had to come back and play you guys for the SEC championship. And y'all beat us.
105.
I forget what year that was. Wow.
Into 320.
That was a lot of
See
fun.
if Eddie wants to turn his hand into a
Years
bluff.
ago?
Those people in that game are on their third
Oh,
child.
geez, yeah, nobody likes that team.
I mean,
Nobody likes that.
you'd have to think the guys. I mean, there's not a lot left.
Right.
To be 190 to call.
Yeah, it's a suicide bluff.
Yeah.
I'm just going on.
Definitely a ICM suicide. And Eddie knows that. He's still got chips. And he knows he's one double away from being
But I got away with it.
right.
Yeah. Find a better spot.
Actually, it was a case of beer. It was actually a case of beer on accident. It was on the bottom of the shopping cart. Should have gone back and paid. So, yeah, pay the price.
The Jack Link's beef jerky wild card hand. Yep, C1
The good old
is the Jack Link's beef jerky wild card hand, that's for sure. This card's not picking up. Ben with this Jack here. Definitely going to be an open.
Yeah, I feel like Ben's just been hanging around, got those aces.
Yep.
Got 3-bet 3 times, just
Playing really solid so
Yeah.
far.
not making mistakes, just
Guy maybe thinking about it, spicing it up here. Okay, he hits the muck. Dimitri with the queen 10 suited. So these hands are like all going to be peels from the small blind, in my opinion. Wow, he makes a pretty tight fold there, and a good fold. Knows it's a bit of a turbo
Yeah.
structure, so just going to muck it, not play Ben out of position. Probably pretty wise.
if been another player open, he might have appealed.
Right. Yeah, playing Ben out of position just doesn't sound like fun.
Paul on the Facebook, I'm sorry, says no one bluffs Eddie in that spot.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I don't think Dimitri can have very many bluffs there. It's just, I mean, he check called 6, just used 2 spades. So
Harley, can you stop the
what
clock?
bluffs is he going to show up with?
Yeah.
Pause the clock.
10 seconds. More than that. 15. Shit.
Restart.
I've played a lot of cash with Ben DeBold. He is a fantastic player around my age. Lives up in South Carolina. Crushes PLO and dabbles in some no-limit home tournaments. Kind of like me.
Yeah, PLO's their game of choice, but
Yeah.
you grew up in the no-limit streets.
Right.
6 folds.
So when I play no-limit hold'em, it's usually tournaments and cash. I usually play PLO.
Yeah.
But every now and then we'll find a juicy hold'em game to hop into. 8-9 suited here. Wow, Ben doesn't get active with that one. Gonna put that in a mug, Bryson. I do not play high-low, no sir. I do not. I'm not a fan of split pot games at all. I like to win or lose the entire pot. Here lately, I've been doing a lot of losing.
Well, year's almost over.
Yeah, 2020 is a weird one. Steven gonna get the walk, a much-needed walk.
Yeah, Eddie with Jack 6 can't do anything out of the blind.
Right, and I believe that puts Eddie on our short stack, so I think he's got 230,000, so 9 bigs. But yeah, Kevin, I'm surprised he didn't open the 9-8 suited. I think Ben, with the amount of chips he has, could definitely come in for an open with that hand. But you know, he's playing great, so.
Yeah, hard to fault him. Seems we got these 3 players here on this side, all pretty similar stacks. Dimitri's ninja'd his way up from short stack.
Yeah, he's done a great job. All right, so we catch his cards this time, and it looks like he's probably going to open this from the cutoff, and Eddie's going to cram. And he's probably, I don't know.
How much more is it?
I mean, it's 230, it's 180 more, but the chips do just mean so much.
Right.
So, like,
And he definitely doesn't want to double Eddie up.
right. And, I mean, I think with ace-5 suited, he would definitely call. It's open, but with the ace-9 off, it's going to be tough. But the nice thing with the ace-9 off is you do unblock, like, a lot of the king-jacks, the king-queens that you're going to
Right.
be beating. So maybe he does flick it in here. We'll have to see.
We switched from the beef jerky cam to the all-in cam.
Right.
With the degree,
Actually,
was the degree action all-in cam?
This might be like a combo I find a decent amount of calls with to this stack, just because we unblock like all the queen 10 suited, all the jack 10 suited, all the king queens, the king jacks, like all those hands are shoving off Eddie's stack. So very good fold by Dimitri there. And Eddie gonna scoop some much needed chips. So the other half, the E train picking up a nice one
Yeah,
there.
we'll take them. Need them all. Kurt said fold, dude. Just do it.
And he did fold. So
Eddie was hoping for the call. Like I said, we're still fighting here. 63K up top, 8,300 for the next spot. So $55,000 difference here. A lot to play for. Meet you here with a small pair. Lets it go. Yeah, maybe if the shorter stacks were the ones in the blinds, he might have decided to just open at least there a little later position, but with him being the short of the three, doesn't want to get into it with a hand like here we see in the big blind, Patrick with ace-king.
Going with the 5 X-rays. Don't mind it. I'd like to see 4X, but that was that's what you want to do. You want to tax that small blind limping range. So ace and a king, pretty good hand in no one.
Not too shabby.
I'm trying to make sure my stack's right every time.
Sean checking out on Facebook. Thanks for joining, bud.
Says, let's go E-Train.
Lots of fans for Eddie here in the chat.
Small blind, please.
Yep.
15. Go Fletcher too.
How'd you know? You have the same issue?
There's numbers there in their
Nobody graduated from your class?
Big fan of Guy's shirt. What do you think about that flannel? It's a nice little
I
flannel.
mean, I'm a fan of flannel.
Right.
I mean, it is November too, so it's like the
2
perfect.
kings for Eddie.
That was our hand on the live stream on Thursday night.
I played 10 hours of No Limit Hold'em poker yesterday and did not look at aces or kings once.
Eddie rips it in here.
Gonna go with the open rip. See if someone wakes up, finds a call,
Big blind, jack
and no,
three.
he's
Nope.
just gonna get through. But he'll pick up some much needed chips still, and he's up to about 15. Maybe
Yeah, with those
longer.
blinds coming around,
Didn't take you long to figure
picking up a couple times there is nice.
No, you must have gone.
Blind up the next hand. Not the
People rooting for Pig. Patrick there in the chat.
Still 25K, guys.
25 for this one. It'll be 30,000.
Kurt wants to see some pain. He says, I want to see ace-ace against king-king.
Glad it didn't happen that hand.
Right, same. Me being pretty good friends with Eddie, don't want to see that much pain. But ace-ace versus king-king, that's pretty good. Those are 2 pretty good hands. It would suck to bust a tournament kings versus aces in a structure like this, you know, with like 12 bigs.
Yeah.
You know,
Just,
that was-
you just
it just doesn't even
slave
seem
to the
fair.
structure
They
sometimes.
should make that illegal.
Automatically win.
Yeah, ace-ace versus king-king, automatic wash. Just chop it up.
Steven here with the baby ace, going to ship it in with 9 bigs.
That was a lesson.
Rod, you could see frustrated because he wanted to play a 7-8 suited. 7-8 suited is a nice one.
Guy here, big stack in the big blind. 200,000 more to call, but probably going to let it go.
It's easy to count.
I hope so. Let's double check. Sorry.
He does. Guy going to pick up some much needed chips.
Now we're at
How many people entered this tournament? Says Ryan Anderson. We had 182 or 183. I believe it was 182.
Yep, 182. Just
so
under a $244,000 prize pool.
Right, very, very nice turnout.
I guess 30K to go now.
Looks like blinds are going to be up after this hand, so
Jordan Koo says, hey bro, thanks for coming in the booth again. Thoughts on running it twice in PLO? That's all just like a variance thing and how your bankroll situation is. Like if you like can't afford the swings, or if you're playing a little bigger than normal, run it twice. If you're just like let's get the pain over with, or let's apply some pain to someone, then running it once is cool. I personally run it twice no matter how big the pot, small or big. I'm just never gonna deter from that. If we have the option to run it twice, I'll run it twice. So yeah, that's just me. But it's all based off your situation. It's all about variance. Like it doesn't change the odds whatsoever. It just lowers the variance a little bit.
Personally, I generally only run it twice in pots over like a certain amount.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
if it's like a 5-5 game, or if it's
Right.
5-10 game, I'd be like, all right, any pot under 1,000, I'm only gonna run it
Right.
once. But
Yeah, I know people like that as well. They won't run it
because
twice
you don't
unless
care
there's
you don't
10K.
mind the variance.
Right,
on
right.
those
and
smaller
swings
pots.
like that. Yeah. I know some people
Always
like,
or never
Like
get
yeah,
upset.
yeah.
Yeah,
Some
absolutely.
people, if you run it once with them, like in a small pot, then next time you want to run it twice in a big pot, and they just get like flustered. They're like, no, you didn't run it twice last time. So I always leave it up to the other person. It makes no difference to me because I know at the end of the day the math is still the same. If you want to run it once, let's run it once. If you want to run it twice, let's run it twice.
You guys got a list.
I'm pretty easygoing at the table. I try not to avoid any altercations or making people upset whatsoever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So if it means a lot to them and they want to run it twice, let's do it.
Yeah, Sean will probably end up playing that one there next in 2 weeks. So 1,700 million down in Tampa.
Yeah, I'll be there. Should be a fun one. I haven't played in Tampa in a couple of years, so got some family down there in Tampa.
Nice.
Go visit them and play a little poker. No, a little poker tournament.
Nothing better.
Absolutely not.
So we get Next Gen Poker checking in the YouTube asking where this is played. We're in Jacksonville, Florida, my friends.
Oh, that's one bail.
Pretty sure I just saw a couple of you guys out on the Austin stream a couple weeks ago. Me and Eddie played that same one, the 2-5 last Thursday.
Minimum to get out.
Play with some of the same guys. So good to see you guys jumping in, joining us here. Patrick just going to call here in the hijack with the ace-10.
Probably gonna let Guy in there with as active as Guy is being. Can't see him folding the Jack 7 suited. Just looks too pretty.
Yeah, Patrick's one of the bigger stacks here. I would have liked to see Rays put some
It's
pressure
funny.
on it.
Everything I think Guy is gonna do,
He does the opposite.
every time. Maybe there's just a fish on the move.
50-50.
Jordan gonna be at the PLO tables in Tampa. Great, yeah. Come introduce yourself. It'd be great to meet you.
Eddie checks back the big blind here. We go to a king 8-6 flop.
Patrick gonna bet, and this is just gonna go bet fold. Nice hand, Patrick.
Yeah, and Eddie's going to be down under 300K again after the big blinds are spinning around this table.
Oh, sorry.
That's what I'm saying. She's commentating right now.
Jeff Lowe asked what the prize pool is. We had a $244,000 prize pool. 7th place. Next one out's going to get $8,300, $63,000 up top.
Yeah, paid 23 players. And yeah, it was a great turnout.
Yeah, Josh was hoping to be on the table instead of the booth, but 14th, nice run.
Yeah, good little run. It's nice, like the last 5 No Limit Hold'em tournaments I've played, I've accumulated chips and ran deep in every single one of them. Bubbled 2 of them, cashed 3 of them, so
Not bad
not
for a
so
PLO
bad.
player.
Not so bad.
Like Ben is going to have the pocket 10s here in the hijack. Folds to him. He's going to make it 60,000 here. Demetri on the button once it gets to him. Looks pretty, but he's got that chip stack here. Lets it go.
King Jack suited for Eddie. I'd be shocked if it doesn't win.
How did you do that? That was like the smallest move.
Chip leader's opening. King Jack suited, pretty good hand.
Yeah. Like I said, he knows Ben's opening properly.
I
So
mean, he's gonna get looked up this time, but still got a great spot with a flip.
could use a double.
Gonna fold it. Wow, disciplined fold there, right? Eddie.
Yeah, I think he thinks he's still got a bigger stack than Steven there.
Right. Not only that, he can. It's never great to call
Off, right? He'd rather be the one shoving on the next, just the button next hand.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a full orbit, trying to steal a couple low blinds. And
I hear that talk.
what did 14th play? I don't even know.
If I wasn't in this, I'd be
45-12. So not so bad. I was in for one bullet, so not so bad.
Yeah, next gen poker, you're definitely gonna have to swing through Best Bet. Hit us up, bestbetjacks.com/live, or over on the top right-hand corner, you can go to the Best Bet Live button. Give you the contact info, and we try to get you guys one of these streams.
Yeah, I think we're about to lose a player. No way he can fold here. I think money's getting handled later. Oh, wow.
Definitely not now.
Not going to lose a player.
Steven been running bad all day, finally runs good.
Ben slow playing the 2-10s. And,
Checks again.
wow, nice check by Ben.
Steven checks back here.
We see
Or
Eddie
Steven
would've-
checks here. I don't like it. Yeah, there you go.
We see Eddie would have got the full double in his hand.
Yeah, we do. Because he definitely gets Steven
Yeah,
to fold.
Steven would have folded pre.
Oh, I'm using that.
But still okay with the fold. The king and the jack suited. He knows his chips are just way more valuable.
Yeah.
This would be I mean, Ben's just got to think, is this guy really going to bluff off his tournament life here? And I think the answer is no. So I think we got to sail 2-10s into the muck.
Yeah, especially when
But
the
it
king
is really
comes out,
hard
too.
because you are under-repped. And, yeah, so, I mean, I think Ben's going to find a fold. Ben's really good.
Yeah, especially Steven ripping in here when the king hits. Like, that should be all over Ben's range.
Absolutely.
So,
Even my driver was not stuck. I was like, we going to
I
spot it.
think Ben will find the fold.
And then I shorted myself a time.
Think long, think wrong there, Ben.
I woke up this morning.
I think he's just going over
Yeah.
everything. And the thing is I think if Steven had bluffs, he'd start bluffing on turns.
I'm a repeat.
Yeah,
You
don't know if you had
know,
to stack to. You only had 200K.
Right, but we can down bet something like 40K
Yeah.
and shove. Wait, how do you?
Ben does make the call. Steven gets the full double up. Oopsie daisy. First mistake we've seen from Ben here today.
Yeah, Ben, just super under-repped. It is a tough spot, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah, I think the fact that he under-repped kind of made him level himself.
right. And I mean, maybe if he has, it takes a little bit more time. I think he just realizes that guy's never bluffing first turn of life. Not to say that Steven's not capable. It's just the money means a lot at this point. Those ladders are huge, so.
Steven's really happy after he sees those 10s. They got called light there. Eddie not too happy. Now it's going to put Eddie on the short stack.
Sean, yeah, I think some jacks should be shoving because like a lot of Ben's King X that he's opening is going to be c-betting flops, like King 10, King Queens, because all those are gut shots. So I think Steven could still shove jacks, not just a king. So
I see you. I reach for it every time. I'm like,
I might even let you.
how much is the prize pool? Says Asher BTB. The prize pool is $243,880 off of 182 players. First place is $63,182. And the guy who busts out next will get $8,292. Two sevens here for Eddie. These chips are going in the middle. That I know for sure. Will cram them in. Looks like Eddie has more than 275 there. I think he has 375. Yeah, definitely 375. Or 335, I'm sorry. So, he will take down 75,000 in blinds and antes. chip counts. It's anyone's ball game still. Anyone's a double away from being chip leader. It's kind of sick. This is awesome.
Yeah, everyone just kind of trying to find their spot.
Yeah, PJ, congrats on the high hand, dude. I don't think I've ever won a high hand in my life. I'm being dead honest with you. I've been playing poker for 9 years. I don't think I've ever won a high hand.
I just dealt my first bad beat last week.
No way.
Yeah, Friday night on
That's
the
wild.
2-2 no limit game.
Wow. 30,000.
Quad aces versus quad queens.
Holy.
All in pre-flop.
Oh my goodness.
Easy game. Over to Steven here on the button. Rod's basically just blinded himself down here to one of the middle stacks.
Yeah, he's been pretty card dead.
Yeah. I don't think he's played but one hand. I have a feeling this one's setting up to be a marathon.
Absolutely. These guys are in it for the long game. And that's what happens when you get a couple solid players or guys playing great. They just know how much icing means.
I just hope the heads up doesn't take a long time once it gets to that.
Right. I mean, I could honestly see a deal being made if they get down to 3 and just because like the blinds are taking so long.
Yeah.
They're going to be way
Makes a
shorter.
lot of
It
sense.
takes a
Could
lot
makes
of
a lot of
variance out of the
sense.
game. It depends on who gets.
Depending, yeah.
Yeah. Who gets down, you know, to 2 and 3 handed play, but I could definitely see a deal being made with how short the stacks are going to be. Unless Ben's there, I just think Ben will just be like, nah, let's gamble, let's do it. He's
Unless
got
it's
too
like
much
just
money.
Ben and Eddie, like
Yeah,
final two, then
yeah.
they figure something out.
Ben,
Maybe.
Ben's just got too much money syndrome. The guy is too rich.
I'm rich in life. That counts, right?
Yeah, absolutely, it does count.
So Eddie, we just went to, like I said, we just went to Texas. And we did like a nice little hike one day.
Yeah, I saw some pictures on Facebook.
Yeah.
Looked dope.
Before the Vegas one, you know,
Right.
2 months ago, we did the same thing. We did like Utah, Colorado hikes, and he ran deep in that one. So
Right, yeah.
that might be the key.
Yeah, we had discussed some hands on that trip. He almost won a big field tournament.
Finished 22nd, I believe.
Right. Yeah, if I had Ben's money, I'd throw mine away. The guy's got all of it.
So $15,000, $30,000 blinds with a 30,000 enter here on this Fall Frenzy 2 final table. It was a $1,500 main event tournament here. Played down to this final table of 8, all fighting for $63,000 up top. You're listening to Eric 1K Steinball along with guest commentator, WPT champion Josh Atkins, live from Jacksonville, Florida. Thanks for joining us. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Appreciate all you guys here today. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. If you're just joining us, we've had a battle so far. Only had one elimination in the first hour and a half of this final table.
Car runway. Guy, you know my hands messed up.
I think Ben played PLO this morning, like 3 or 4 handed till 5 or 6 a.m.
4 clubs first.
We're staying at the same hotel.
It didn't feel properly.
He was going up to his room to take a little nap before the final table.
Yeah.
Whenever I was heading here. Guy loves to play.
Yeah.
Loves to play. King Queen suited for Rod. Finally gets a hand he can open. Let's see what he does. He's going to raise to 75,000. I like it. Dimitri's got a hand he can definitely defend. Let's see if he does. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with this kid's game. One of my good friends in poker actually texted me while I'm back here doing the commentating about how solid Dimitri is playing, and he really is playing very solid.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him really make any mistakes yet.
Right.
And that's the key to tournament poker.
Yep. Limit your mistakes. Here he flops a 7. With this amount of big blinds, it's really easy to just like realize equity with hands like 10-7 of diamonds. So honestly, all 3 of the or not all 3, folding would be insanely bad, I think. But yeah, calling or raising here would be fine. And look at that, turns another 7, and
Expect it.
yeah, this should go check.
Yeah.
This actually is a decent card to lead, not just because he has a 7, but we call this
Range
a
advantage for sure.
range charge. And so whenever a big blind defends and a card like this rolls off, they'll lead these cards because it's their range. They have more 7s than the opener would.
And the opener should be checking back
Right, exactly.
large majority of their range anyway, so you should be charging them.
Right. So a huge range advantage, obviously, but whenever he leads, we call it a range charge. Let's see how Rod proceeds here.
Are y'all hearing some noises out there in the chat? I'm not hearing anything in here. But it looks like y'all get some comments. Let me see what I can do.
This. The ringtone is gone. Nice.
You're welcome, I fixed it.
All me. So Rod escaping disaster there.
Yeah.
Nice hand by Dimitri. He's playing very, very good. I was super, super impressed with his game yesterday.
So he's already got 1 trophy on this series, trying to find himself a second.
There's something about poker trophies. It's just that feeling of getting 2 9s here for Steven.
Yeah, I got this nice big bald eagle on my mantle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Over the
that's a really
fireplace.
cool tournament trophy. Like, probably the coolest one I have is obviously the biggest one is the WPT,
Yeah.
but the coolest one is probably the Hard Rock trophy. The Tampa Hard Rock gives you a guitar if you win a champion, and that's like really, it's a really cheap guitar, but it's still a really cool poker trophy. My favorite poker trophy.
You're so massive, you have to take the whole room.
Yeah, facts. But my favorite poker trophy in the entire industry is definitely the Commerce poker trophies. They have it's like a golden bear. And they're beautiful. They're like statues of a golden bear. So definitely want to win a Commerce tourney to scoop one of those. 2 9s here, and it's gonna get through. So
Played the Commerce a few times.
yeah, that was. I haven't played there since 2014, I believe, but first cross-country poker trip I ever took was out to LA to play the Commerce. I was a youngin'. I was freshly 21.
2-time over there on Twitch. No, I didn't cause the issue. I just fixed it by doing nothing. So, whatever works. Rod here under the gun. He said down to 400,000. Just hasn't gotten anything playable today. But staying disciplined.
Sorry. I got a little bit of weight to him. Like what you get. You want one?
Guy waking up with 2 aces. I don't know if you guys know, but aces is a really good hand in no limit hold'em. He's gonna raise it up to 70,000.
7.
I don't think Dimitri here will get out of line. Queen in the 9. It's the king 10 deuce flop. Steven defends the big blind. I don't know what's going on with this sound. I think I just heard it for the first time at one of the desktops they have back here, but I'm a guest, so I'm alone. They're hearing a ding again, and I just heard it as well.
Yeah, they're working on it right now. Should have that fixed here for you. Sorry, guys.
Jeff, sorry, brother. That was on the unofficial final table. I 3-bet the Jack 10 suited and beat Jeff's 2 aces. And dude, I'm sorry. That was just gonna be my tournament to win. It was just fate. It was just destiny. I was destined.
I want diamonds to come, huh? What's that? I want diamonds to come. I bet. Again, mine might have been better. Might have had a better kicker. Better kicker with your king? Pretty cards. Get the king.
Sahil, that's not very nice. I lost this tourney. I came in 14th. That's not winning. Eddie with the 2 6s on the button. He's going to be shoving here for sure.
Yeah, 11 bigs here. Going to rip the button. Steven with the king 9 off.
Just not quite good enough. And going to get through the big blind as well. So.
And that right there will put Rod into the short stack after having to fold his big blind. Eddie on the second short stack.
Yeah, it's still anyone's game.
One time for the win. I finally touched it one time. Sorry.
It may look like something this time.
You want to delete that? Second fold around to the blinds. Rod gonna complete.
Let us know, guys. The ding stop. We're working on it right now.
Is that
King 8-7, two hearts on this flop. 5's still the best hand, but Rod gonna take a stab at it here.
I like this. The Jack of Hearts got some equity.
I think he's just so frustrated at not winning a pot.
Absolutely.
He's like, Patrick getting raised.
He can't make a hand, so he's got to take matters into his own hands. I like it. Showing some aggression.
I was waiting for it.
All right, so we did take care of the biggie. Sorry about that, guys.
Does it still sound like we're echoing, or is everything sounding better out there for us as well? Just let us know in the chat.
Chris says, can you show the payouts, please? Yeah, we can get that up for you in a second.
I can tell you for now, the next place is 8,300. Sixth place is going to be 97. And 11,700, 15,200 for fourth. 25,000, 42,000, and 63,000 up top. Dimitri let go of the weak ace. Eddie over here with the 8-9 of diamonds lets it go. Too short to be playing that. Steven with the 8-9 off though.
And then for the raise,
Oh, 7.
all right, so there are your payouts.
Ben with the Jack 7 of hearts.
Gonna defend this standard.
They're both on pretty similar stacks here too, so
Absolutely. The Queen 6-3 rainbow. This is gonna be pretty good for Steven's range. Not for his hand, but for his range. It's a nice board to keep betting.
it looks like he is grabbing some betting chips.
I would love to see what Ben would do if they were deep here, because like Jack 7 of hearts on this particular board is such a good hand at check raise. Just because we block a lot, like tons of good turn cards for our hand,
Oh yeah.
and we can just barrel off equity. But him being so short is just tough.
And Steven will take it down. Taking the aggressive line. Well played, picking up some much needed chips.
So I believe Arlie just said we're gonna play one more hand and then go on a 15-minute break.
So while they're on break, we'll probably be on break as well.
Yeah, you guys hang out though. We'll come back with hopefully no sound issues and
Yeah, it looks like we already have that fixed according to
Right.
the chat, which is nice.
and
We had
then
a
finish up here strong. Maybe see a ladder or two.
yeah coming up soon, hopefully. Dimitri here with Ace Queen under the gun.
It's always nice to pick up the hand before break.
I always
because-
feel like somebody always tries to make a
because-
massive bluff.
Right, exactly. So whenever you pick up a hand, it really does, like, you do see this a lot where people, like, steal and re-steal because it's on break and people are ready to get up from their chairs and go walk around and
I mean,
stretch
I
and
definitely used to have
whatnot,
that
so-
tendency when I was a super
absolutely.
degen.
Absolutely.
Just maniac bluffing for stacks, just
Absolutely.
for some reason.
The dinner break is the key one. That's the one. See, like, Ben just opened mucking the ace-9. I mean, he's in the small line standard, but
Yeah. Guy gonna defend here looks like with a king 10.
the dinner break is the one to bluff. Because everyone's so excited to go eat. Interesting flop here. With the king, queen, 4, 3 clubs, guy gonna lead out into Dimitri, the aggressor, who has the nut flush blocker / draw and the queen of spades. So he's definitely gonna be at least peeling here. But yeah, no chance of a fold here from Dimitri. His hand is just too good.
Yeah, I don't really expect a raise here either.
Right.
You don't really want to be trying to get it all in, you know, or be pushed off your equity by chance. They're probably too shallow for him to fold anyway, especially if you raise, but I like a peel here.
And that's what I'll do. Going to the turn. It's the jack of clubs.
Nutter butter. And guy quickly checks.
I honestly like a check back here. Maybe try and, you know, if guy had something like the 9 or the 10 of clubs.
You might hero up on the river if you make a small bet.
Which, I mean,
check
the 10 of
back.
clubs is the second nut, so. I will say there is a pot that was played yesterday in this exact spot. This exact spot with these were the two players in the hand where Dimitri raised, guy called, and then led a flop with 3 clubs. And Dimitri called, and the turn was a club. Guy checked. Dimitri barrels turn and when Guy folded, he showed the 6 and the 7 of hearts
Nice.
on a 4 clubs board. So
So setting it up for this
yeah,
moment,
yeah,
exactly potential.
Exactly right. And in my experience, the second one's never a bluff. So, yep, Guy making a good fold, and yeah, so that's gonna do it. We'll be on a 15-minute break, and yeah, we'll have some more.
Get yourself a
action for you
snack.
guys.
Come
Yeah.
on back, and we will see you soon.
You absolutely smashed that. You absolutely smashed that flop. I think 19.
925. Okay, seat 1, 925,000. 925? Yeah. Seat 2. Seat 2, 410,000. Eight seventy. 870. Okay. Seat 3, 625,000.
Make sure those are even stacks.
Yeah, 400 in seat 6, exactly.
No.
400.
Oh, okay.
Good.
No, just now. I was shuffling and I thought I felt one. Because I couldn't put the cards together.
I'll find it. Remember, just register that. Make sure. I got an extra deck in my pocket. Yeah, I just want to look. Make sure we're
Bring
good.
me that,
I have another deck in my pocket. I need a spare. That Jack of Hearts should work, so I just want to make sure. I need to have a second deck.
the 2 doesn't work.
I tripped. I like the punches. How do I keep doing this? Oh, no, we're good. Talk real quick into it. Release contact. Thank God. Oh, hey, go eat. Get out of here.
Okay. Well, Dagger Hearts does one.
Yeah.
2 decks ready, and I'm like at 3 cards.
Yeah. What's that? Trust me, we'll be confused, but because we got no more fucking jack cards. Oh, no. 10. Some of these are gonna like stop and then they'll fucking get on the road. You know what's super funny is from California, right? As poker dealers, when we were trained, they're like, and because we were trying to go into like blackjack and all that too, they're like, everything has to be right-handed, no lefties at all.
That's what they try to do. Try to get me to switch in the middle of class because he's like, where are you doing left-handed? Right-handed. I was like, I don't know. It feels right.
It just feels right.
And he was like, don't do that. Because I started doing right-handed. It was like in the middle of class and I started doing right-handed and it was like
You're just
horrible.
like, hell no.
I was like, I'm not going to focus on like switching this right now. I'm like trying to learn. So I'm going to keep going left.
Yeah, I see a lot of lefties, so it's weird. Yeah, that is.
I want to shoot full left-handed. Here, will you get that tablet? I want to try to understand.
Yep, yep. Sick mask. You guys wear that on the street?
Yeah.
Nice.
So fucking
What happened?
there's just a million things going wrong. The only person back there that knows how to fucking do anything. So everybody's like, every time I walk back there, they're like, oh, we got a ring in this fucking. You got a ring in that thing? Just 7.
Jordan, fucking commentary. Jordan.
Not exactly 100%. That's how I feel.
Okay.
I gotta give it quick.
Something happened, he doesn't exist.
Right, something happened. I was here. You with it?
I'll look at it.
There's a, it says maintenance number 2. It's on the right side of that desk. Almost.
Almost. That's all I have.
What that deck you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you need that. Yeah, no,
Dude, I almost, like,
For what it's worth, the YouTube is still over because the time that they keep rebuilding is in the long term.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
his fault.
he's had a couple.
I think it's his fault. Sometimes it's some players. These cards are all good. So that's a good day.
Rod, let me grab it.
I had a king on that hand. No, you had aces.
Rod, let me grab it.
The one you went all in with the 2 diamonds. You had a king?
Oh, you saw that already?
Really? You were the fucking best. You had a king? I had a king, swear to God. It was a horrible kicker, but I had a king. The hand didn't show up on the... I know, I just saw it. I saw the aces. I had king 6. King 6 suited. Wow. Not diamond. And I was like... That's tough. I'm like, man, I played it to king, and then I hit my fucking king, and now I'm gonna fold now? I'm such a pussy. Wow. That's pretty damn impressive. Oh, God. I love it, king.
I do not. No, I do not.
we good, Jordan?
All right, guys. Lines moving to 40,000 and 20,000 small blind, 40,000 big blind. Continued success, gentlemen. To each other in the deal.
Okay, small and big,
You fought the
please.
flush, you think you
20 and
caught it?
40.
No, the last hand.
Oh, I didn't
I walked away.
20,000, 40,000, and we're going. Go ahead.
The last
Sorry, bro.
All right, guys, we are back. Thanks for joining us here. Fall Frenzy, number 2, final table, $1,500 main event. We have 7 players left, all fighting for that $63,000 up top. 182 down to 7. I'm Eric 1K Steinball, the other half of the E-Train down there in the 2 seat. I'm joined here in the booth by Josh Atkins, WPT champion. Super producer Jordan in the booth.
What up?
Looks like first hand back from break. Steven's going to raise up the ace-3 suited to 90,000. Yeah, you over there on YouTube saying Dimitri ran to stack up. Yeah, he did come in as a short stack and hasn't really made any mistakes, just chipping right on up, trying to get himself that second trophy here of this series.
Yeah, that'd be impressive, huh? 2 in the same weekend?
Yeah, not a bad trip from Michigan. He's got the king deuce suited here out of the big blind. Can defend. Blinds are up 20, 40,000 with the 40,000 ante. Jack, king. Top pair for Dimitri, and he's going to check it over to Steven. Checks back, to a turn we go. 10 of hearts. Dimitri checks again. Could have been a time for Steven to start betting.
Wow, gets there.
Yeah, he decides to check it back and does get there. Now Dimitri is still stuck checking.
See if Steven will bet into him a little bit here as he gets there on the river one time.
Yeah, you got the straight here. Gets checked
Oh, I had
three
the graphics backwards. Excuse me. So Dimitri, yeah, checks it to Steven who has it.
Bet 150,000 here.
Yeah, Dimitri with top pair, 4-card straight, paired board.
Yeah, Steven was the pre-flop raiser.
Yeah,
Didn't have an ace here.
he can get out of this spot real easy, I think.
Yep, haven't seen me make any mistakes yet. It's gonna probably make the right read here and let it go. Just thinking it through. Once again, thank you for joining us here on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube.
Yeah, listen like thieves though. We got 3 platforms, buddy, so they're all over there. Don't worry. We got more than 43, I promise. And Dimitri makes the correct fold here.
Yep, Scott takes another one down.
Eddie, you got big blind.
Some more people rooting in from Michigan. Thanks for checking in with us, guys.
Yeah, Dimitri's got a big contingent here, falling from up top, up north. Jack trained him up.
PM over there on YouTube asking why did Dimitri just check? You do have top pair there, but still not that strong on that board
Yeah.
to the pre-flop raiser.
Yeah, pre-flop raiser. There's 3 cards to a straight and a paired board. He saved himself some money with checking it back in hindsight, right? So.
Yeah, out of position with like a weak kicker, his doesn't have the range advantage. You don't want to really be inflating pots out of position. So he would have definitely called there anytime before the river, that's for sure.
Well, he might make a raise this time with ace-queen off here on the small blind, and he will. 120 on the raise from Dimitri.
Yeah, well, 3x here.
And Eddie has only got 330 back here in the big blind. He's got mystery cards so far. I think Eddie might chip it here, huh? If he has a premium hand here, he's in the tank like he's thinking about it.
Well, Dimitri's been playing so well, blind versus blind. He's probably doing this pretty well balanced. But I thought to see Eddie just calling with a lot of some speculative hands. Like Jack 10, Queen 10.
If we knew what his hand was, I guess.
He might just flat here.
So 10, Queen 7, rainbow flop. Dimitri with top here, ace queen.
Yeah, Eddie has less than a pot size bet here. If
Yeah.
he connected it all with this, I assume he's going to be getting it in.
That's why I was wondering, on the flop, he left himself with only 200,000 back. So.
Yeah, he wanted to still be able to fold.
Sure. So Dimitri leads out here 60. Top pair, top kicker. Eddie now he's going to ship it.
Yeah, Dimitri makes
snaps
the
him
call.
off. King queen, it looks like from Eddie. Ace queen versus king queen.
No, let's.
Or queen jack is that?
Might be Queen Jack.
Queen jack,
of
okay.
hearts. What a cooler,
Oh,
blind versus
man.
blind. Eddie gonna be knocked out in 7th place for just under $8,300.
And that's going to do it for the second half of the E-Train. Eddie Marskowski out in 7th place, but not too shabby.
Yeah, just a cooler there, blind versus blind.
Sure.
No flopping top pair.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do. Couldn't really get too much going on this final table.
Yeah, only had 200K back. Got it in and then just ran into a better hand there. So Eddie's going to leave with $8,292 for 7th place. Not bad at all for a one-day tourney.
I know, chat's already hating it for Eddie. There were a lot of players rooting for Eddie.
And with that, Dimitri, looks like his stack is might be biggest now. So he keeps chipping up tonight.
Yeah, he's like I said, he's been very impressive pretty much this entire stream.
That's one big one.
Benefit of the nice flops as well, but that's what it takes.
6 folds.
Patrick over here still hasn't really played many pots at all tonight. Still sitting on a nice stack, though. Ben and Rod on the short stacks. Ben will let it go over to Guy here with the Doyle. Dumps it. Dimitri here with the suited ace-9 on the button. Definitely going to be an opening hand.
Or the main click on the button.
He tried to. He will be forced to now because they only threw 60 and blinds are up 20-40. So yeah, he made to make it 80 there for the min raise. And since Eddie is not in this hand, it's a one single big blind. This might be a little bit wide of a defend here.
Yeah, Steven getting a little risky with the 8-4 off.
Don't too often want to play a bad hand out of position against the chip leader who's a good player.
Yeah, his ability to pressure you out of situations even when you flop pretty well. It's going to be tough.
40,000.
Gets the min bet through.
Yep.
Nice hand, Dimitri. Kid's super impressive playing out of his
You
mind.
can try it. Yeah, you can try it.
Gene over YouTube still said he's got Ben to win this.
Live straddle.
He's gonna have to get some chips, something happening soon. Besides Rod, he's the next short stack.
Sounds good to me.
But like I said, with these blinds, double ups are gonna be
Nothing to me. I'm not
plenty of opportunities to happen.
Times. Good luck. $40 to go. 7 points.
Ben here with the 9-10 of clubs. Gonna have to let it go on the shorter stack, like we said. Dimitri with another ace, another open. And it's just what the chip players should be doing, putting these pressure on these shorter stacks.
Absolutely. Especially in a turbo.
Thought he could just check it back, but nope. Didn't want to call that extra blind with the 5 high.
Imba Pielo says Omaha is more fun. I would have to agree with you, sir. Omaha is a lot more fun, a lot more action. But No Limit Hold'em, you get to kind of see some things that maybe you don't get to see as often in PLO. There's a lot more bluffing in No Limit Hold'em.
Yeah, more action in Omaha, but potentially more like playability in Hold'em.
Right, a lot of hands just play themselves in PLO.
Right.
Ben with the ace and the queen suited, a shove here under the gun. Completely standard. The way, with how good Dimitri's playing, I just don't see a world he's calling.
No, I don't think he'll think about it. He'll just register the cards and muck them.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Good fold.
Yeah, he knows Ben's not getting out of line.
Right. Ben been playing great. Dimitri playing. I'm the most impressed with Dimitri so far at this final table. He's been playing just out of this world.
4-4-2, I call.
Yep, I definitely have to agree. He's if he wins this, he definitely earns it. That's
right,
for sure.
Absolutely. 2 trophies one weekend. That's there's no way that's happened many times here. I know it's probably happened, but I don't know about how many times it's happened. That's a feat in itself.
I'm still not calling it though. There's a lot of play left. But he's definitely on the right track. Just like he drew it up.
Absolutely.
Like I said, if you're just tuning in, we're down to the final 6 players of our $1,500 Fall Frenzy 2 tournament. $63,000 up top for the first place winner. Next one out will get $9,700.
Yeah, these pay jumps starting to become real now. Almost 10K for the next person out.
Over to Rod here on the button when the short stack. King high, gonna rip it in here.
And Ben will not be folding the big blind.
That I can agree with. Patrick's getting a little time there. Lets it go.
Fold and a call.
Been pretty happy to see this hand.
Yeah, and Rod's going to be looking for a 3-outer here to keep his hopes alive. No luck there on the flop. Turn brick. He says, y'all have a good one before that river comes out.
The pre-goodbye.
He tried. He worth a shot.
Yeah, he had to try it.
That was his last hope right there. You got to go for it.
My go-to is the backpack. You know, you put on the backpack, that's lucky. Put on the backpack, you got 2 outs, 3 outs. Bang.
It just automatically triples.
Yeah, it becomes from like an 8.5%er to like your 40% probably. It's coming.
For sure.
Try the backpack. Trust.
And that'll take us down to 5 players. Rod gonna finish there. Yeah, 9,700.
All guaranteed $11,743 locked up now.
Boom, 5 digits already here. We are now 2 hours and 15 minutes into the stream, down to the final 5. Let's go. If you've been watching this whole thing, I said we've been very impressed with Dimitri. Start off with a short stack on this 8-handed game. Now built it up to the chip leader. Steven, 7-5 of clubs, raising it up. Sorry, that's not Steven. That's
Yeah, it's Steven. Steven's open.
Oh yeah. Okay. Guy in the big blind.
7-6 suited.
Got him dominated. Definitely see the fin here most likely.
Guy just shoved. Did I just hear that?
Wow.
Yeah. Street poker being
Yeah,
played. Little does he know he thinks he's bluffing, but he's dominating him. Very well played hand by Guy though.
Nothing like bluffing with the best of it.
Just pressuring the shorter stack. Knows he doesn't want to bust next.
Yeah, he's played a very unique style here on the final table, but it's been working. DJ Fallon says, Matty, missed this. Next time, my man. We're here every day. Cash games galore, tons of action. Just make sure you get here next time. Get yourself one of these seats, fighting for 5 figures. Steven's just going to limp under the gun here with a suited ace-3. He doesn't want to fold any hands right now. Back to the Jack Slings mystery hand. Raise announced. So if you don't know, those new white chips are the 100K chips that have been added to the table.
Yeah, you know you're deep in a tournament best bet when those things come out.
Steven is going to call off about 20% of his stack here. Drum roll, please.
Block here, so the queen 6-5, 2 spades. This should just go bet fold.
Yep. And that's another one of the benefits of being the pre-flop aggressor. You've got control of the pot. You can rep a lot more hands. And they just fold out.
Gotcha. It'll work. Jack fuzzy. I guess that's it.
It would be nice to see what he raised there at the small blind. I'm sorry, at the big blind to the under the gun limp there.
Right, yeah. Love to see what his hand was.
We got Kurt Atlee's back in, trying to finish off this awesome final table we've got here for you tonight. How's the football games going out there? Anything incredible? Saw Burrow got hurt. No fun for him. Everyone, guy was looking good.
Hate to see young guys get injured.
Looks like they said he flipped queens.
Oh, he had 2 queens.
Yeah, that's what it looks
Flopping
like he
the
said.
top set.
40,000.
Pig here tanking.
Raise 100,000.
Coming in for the 100K open.
Probably the first hand that Patrick's opened today. Maybe one other. Hard to. Hasn't played too many hands.
Big one?
Stephen Fold, 7 deuce face up.
9-3. Shooting.
Good time for that.
And the ace queen here.
Guy lets the 9-5 off go. Like I said, he's trying to find a way to call anything. He wants to get in these pots.
Here comes the 3-bet. Love it. Ace-4 suited. Perfect hand to be 3-betting. Unfortunately, he's just going to run into it here.
I'm all in.
Wow, Patrick wakes up with the ace and the king. Tough spot here for Ben. He's just going to fold.
Yeah, I think
This is tough.
he was never folding to Dimitri, but
Right.
first time Patrick's put a huge amount of chips in. Probably going to let it go.
Even stacks of 20s makes it easy.
Wow. Brutal spot.
I folded only if you saw it now.
Rips in 930,000
800 and
total.
Nice pot for Patrick there. Moves up to 1.2 million.
Yeah, so he's going to be nipping on Dimitri's heels there. Kev in the Twitch chat, what's up, my man?
I was doing that if you weren't. Keep wanting to stack them higher than 20, don't you? Just can't
What do you want me to do?
Keep them in
You can't-
20s.
Y'all tell me what to do, man.
We've
I
been
can put my
keeping
chips in
20s.
different
I
ways.
think they said it like, I don't know,
Am I
50
not?
times.
Am I not keeping it?
No, your yellows are way higher than 20.
Well, all right, hold on. Well, I'll fix it
Five,
after the-
five, five,
I'll fix
four
it
sets
after-
of
They're
five.
ragging him for the way he's stacking his chips.
Just put it in.
Love it.
Do 5, 4 times, and just stack it up.
9 4.
Or 4 or 5 times. Yeah, or 4 or 5 times, whatever you want to do. Good choice.
Beat you with the ace-9 here.
Oh, this
Raising
flash
it up.
red is fine. Come on. I'm not. so you leave my stack.
Pretty short stack here for Steven. Does he have 2 100K chips there? Can't tell if that's 1 or 2. And take it down.
5, 5, 5. There you go. Perfect.
That one is right, but the yellow
This one,
stack.
y'all talking about the yellow stack. You just offset it.
Just put it next to each other.
There you go.
That's that.
You should put it on top, you just offset it.
Looks beautiful.
Lo sientos.
Let's get ready to push it in.
I'm ready. I've been ready.
Yeah, Kev, we both knocked up. We both booked a win there in Texas. Not too bad on my off days. It's a fun little quick trip. Interesting too. I only won 4 pots in 4 hours, but if you win the right ones, that's all that matters. Looks like Dimitri going to raise the pocket 8s up here. I mean, he's being aggressive like he should, but it's helping that no one else is picking up any hands to even be able to defend for the most part. As I say that, guy continues to make us sound foolish.
Yeah, guys got a little George on him, I think. He just listens to the little man inside his head.
Well, I mean, he's
worked out for
he's
him.
got that thing like me. You can't win if you fold.
Right. You literally lose 100% of pots you fold.
Right, so you shouldn't do that too often.
Flopping the top pair.
3 outer nailed. Dimitri does check back here.
Game 25.
You bet here if you're a guy, or do you check a second time?
I would be betting. But I would also bet flop with Dimitri's hand because you get yourself in spots like this. Whereas like now we probably see a free river if we bet flop, but now we're just guessing because there's so many draws on the board and we unblock all the draws.
This could be a great card for Dimitri, actually.
He may be able to turn his hand to
Exactly. Guy does check. Giving him the opportunity. I think he might have to turn into a bluff here because he, even if he was, guy was trying to value the 9 there on the turn, that beats him as well. So he just wants to try to push him off those 9s and then some queens that he has. He's kind of a smaller bet here, a little value bet bluff.
It's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if guys can end up folding here.
I thought he might not for that sizing, but he's taking a long time here.
He does make the fold. Wow, great play, Dimitri.
Yeah.
I think he realized his showdown was no good, so turned it into a bluff, and very well played pot by Dimitri.
Tried to do exactly what happened. Try to get the 9s or queens that aren't potentially strong enough. Like I said, if he does call there and lose, guy loses, his ability to have the stack above Ben and Steven. So didn't want to give that up.
Two 4s for Steven under the gun here.
And he think 5 ways.
Five.
Lines coming around so fast.
5 bigs.
Rip
yeah,
it.
Probably get in. No way.
Yep.
Can fold this one.
Yeah, you're the big blind next hand.
Yeah, I'm almost shoving dark here with 5 bigs. I think I am shoving dark, actually.
Jack 7 or better.
Yeah. I might pretend to look at my cards.
Yeah.
So,
The old fake. I do that before I raise sometimes.
yeah.
Dimitri here in the big blind.
9-7 of spades, not
Yeah.
quite good enough.
A little too much.
I mean, if Steven turns his hand over, he definitely would flick it in.
Oh,
but
hundo.
Hundo P.
Immature. Yeah.
Nice little chips. Steven needed those. They're all going back in the pot right now. So.
Yep. Pay for this round, at least.
I was thinking more middle finger.
No, it's just for the dysfunction.
Just for the
So next place here is going to get $11,743. And they're only 4 away, 4 people between them and 63K. So every decision here is pretty important.
Yeah, we're gonna see another stuff here.
Yep, Dimitri just completes the small blind. Some people get kind of nervous here. They just want to check back and see a flop, but definitely can't give the opportunity. That happens a lot in cash games, you know, like they just want to, don't risk anything, try to catch a set, don't want to get it in and potentially race. But those chips are too valuable here in tournaments. Then let's go to 9-7. Ben's been pretty card dead today, for the most part. He just played, you know, pretty straightforward, but picked up a couple nice hands to keep him through. Now it's like blind versus blind here. We're gonna see a flop.
Would like to see a raise from Patrick there. Just knowing Steven on the short stack can't be too strong here. I mean, conventionally ace deuce would just be a check back, but knowing he's on the shorter stack, can't have too many traps, I don't think, with his past 2 aggressive acts.
Right.
Shoving the last 2 hands.
Oh, I like that.
But people ask where Dimitri comes from. Looks like it says he's from Michigan.
Why
So
say
they have a
same
group
as
of guys out there,
Yeah, we're good.
all play together on their rooting their man on.
Or just fast enough.
Blinds are going up next time.
Is there poker rooms in Michigan?
Yeah. They have like I think like the biggest MSPT in the
Oh,
country
okay,
is usually
yeah,
there
wow,
in Michigan.
wow, wow.
Yeah, I think it's like the Firemen's one or something like
Okay.
that.
One of my buddies deep in the 1600 MSPT right now in Venetian. Got a little piece of him, so
Nice.
hopefully, I mean, he's the best tournament player I know, so I know he's going to take every spot. Just hopefully he runs pure and picks one up one time for $270,000.
Yeah, I saw old Landon Tice bink that last
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Talk about a crusher.
Landon used to play my me and my buddy's home games here in Tallahassee, Florida. He went to Florida State for a while, ended up dropping out. He was actually like a year ago grinding 5-cent, 10-cent stakes, and now he's playing some of the biggest.
2,000, 4,000 cash right now.
Yeah.
200, 400. I believe.
Yeah.
That's what he was talking about on his podcast
Right,
the other
right.
day. Steven here on the button, all in ace-7. Patrick lets go the queen 10, but Ben here with the pocket pair, small one, half his stack. I think he actually might just let this go.
Yeah.
He knows he's racing at worst, and those chips are just a little too valuable to flip with.
Yeah, child of the sim for sure. Landon is a beast, though. He studies more
So
than
blinds are up this hand, guys.
I know.
25, 50, 50.
I wish I actually had the want to that guy has.
Yeah, me and Eddie were talking about that earlier today, how his brain just lines up perfectly with how the best ways to learn, poker strategy is right now.
Right.
Like,
And, yeah, the guy is he's a dedicated kid.
Third time's a charm.
Gonna be an absolute monster one day. I got a buddy of mine that is actually set to play him at 400 and out, heads up, over like 10,000 hands. So they're gonna be battling at 2-4 stakes online, playing some heads up.
That'll be fun.
And I mean, Landon being an absolute monster, but this kid is a beast that he'll be playing too. So
and
that'll be
heads
a
up
fun
is
one.
a different game as well.
Absolutely, heads up is a purest form of poker, no doubt. Heads up limit. It is fun to battle.
Steven ripping it again here with the King 8 off. Going to force somebody to pick up a hand to call him. 10-5 not going to be good enough for Guy here to make it happen. Takes down another one, and that puts him above Guy in the chip count now. You see right here, Dimitri, 36% of the chips in play, 1.6 million almost after coming in the short stack. Guy right now, 10, 11, and 12 big blinds you can see there for Ben, Steven, and Guy at the bottom. And this is where Patrick and Dimitri should just be milking all these extra blinds out of these smaller stacks that are going to be jockeying for position.
This is when it's really fun to have chips in the tournament. Should apply so much pressure to these three stacks because they're all so similar. All waiting for a 4K, a $3,500 pay jump. So, Guy with the ace and the jack. This will be going in.
Does raise it up 125,000. Dimitri gonna let the weak king out. Let it go. Thanks for joining us over there, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Best Bet Live here at Jacksonville, Florida. Fall Frenzy number 2 final table. Down to the final 5 out of 182 runners. 63K up top. Got myself, Eric 1K Steinball, with WPT champ Josh Atkins here in the booth. Patrick here, he said second in chips, so just quietly, just steadily picked him up throughout this table. Guy gonna wake up with 10s here on the button. Blinds are up 25, 50,000 last few hands, so he's only got 12 bigs like we saw. Rips it in here. 6 deuce and jack 7 in the blinds. Not going to be good enough to call. Should take this one down. And does. Thanks for the kind words, Kevin. Always appreciate you guys out there giving us something a little extra to talk about. And the funny thing about Ben is he always looks like that too. He always looks like he's bored at the table.
Yeah. It's, and I mean, there's reasons for that. He's usually, whenever he's playing cash, he's usually playing online too.
Right.
It's fun playing 5 tables at a time online.
Yeah.
So he's just genuinely bored right now. Like, guy lives for action.
Blind versus blind here. 9 deuce of spades. Gonna complete. See what Patrick does with the queen high. 7-7-5, 2 hearts. Queen high still the best hand. Steven's going to take a stab at it.
I like this. I mean, 7-7-5 going to be more of the big one, but I won't mind the step. Kevin, the 25K starting stack, yeah, it was big enough. The 240 had 15K, but it skipped like some levels in the tournament, whereas the 25 or the 1500 didn't skip any levels.
Yeah, the structure is generally a lot more important than the starting stack size.
Right. So I mean, yeah, the structure was fast. It was 30-minute levels, so it's like a turbo, but they didn't skip any levels, so it was fun. It's a blast playing, and I mean,
it's so
like
funny how far we've come in the last few years too, because even
Right.
just 4 years ago, if you got 10,000 starting stack, that was considered a deep stack.
Right, exactly.
And then
yeah, it's nuts.
After the WP changed things, everyone just snapped. They want
Yeah.
40K.
Yeah. Which is cool because like a lot of tournament poker is played, you know, in that 60 big blind area.
Right.
So whenever you up the stacks at the beginning of the tournament, there's a lot more deeper play. So at least for some portion of the tournament, you are playing deep and really, you know, people just can't put in 200 big blinds free. So they can, but it's tougher. Tougher to do.
It's like Ben's gonna get a fold after Dimitri raises with his ace-8. Guy let go of the ace-9 off under the gun there. Open the door for Dimitri to take another one down. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of push fold, you know, just shoving these stacks in when a few players got under 15 bigs. But I've seen some strategy with those, you know, 10, 15 big blind, you know, different now. Like, they're not, a lot of people aren't just shoving. They're trying to maneuver with these 10, 15 bigs
Well,
a lot more nowadays.
Yeah, especially in tournaments that are
Yeah.
turbos like this, because like the chips mean just as much to a 20 big blind stack. Like if they double that 10 big blind stack up, the rolls are flipped now, so
Right.
they can't just like.
I think David Jackson's probably one of the best short
Yeah.
stack
I mean,
maneuver guys
that
out
guy
there.
might just be one of the best.
He
tournament
is.
players
He is. That's for sure.
in the state. The guy is just absolutely. Known David for years. He is a beast. To see where, like, how he's grinded up to the top too.
Yeah, that's always the best. Like, root for people and, you know people that put the work in.
Right.
You know, and just did it the right way. Nothing wrong with doing it the wrong way. There's no real wrong way, but you know, when you just hit a nice little run and some, you know, some cash games build that roll.
Absolutely.
Or think a tournament before you're ready. You know, sometimes it's you know not beneficial to you.
Right.
The money's always beneficial, but
Yeah, right, absolutely.
Steven here with 11 bigs under the gun.
Rolling the min raise. Don't mind it.
Yeah.
Back to what you just said about. See, like, it just looks so much stronger, whereas, like, you just open jams there, like, ace-9 might just be a call off.
Listen to Tuss.
But ace-6 shooting,
Throw it on the ground.
getting a fold from ace-9 and ace-7, probably.
Yeah, I was going to say he's going to put Dimitri in a spot.
The SEC championship. You know.
Well, he raised to 125 as well. It wasn't just a min click. That's the thing.
Yeah,
So Dimitri's
he's
thing is like,
literally
why didn't he just shove?
puzzled. Right.
It's like, but it's such a price. Like,
The stars fell on Alabama.
he does have him crushed, though. Steven just open ripped here. That'd be awesome. He does not. Gonna have a chop here a lot of times if no one decides to put any chips in this pot.
Delayed C-bet.
Dave Demetri just comes along, yeah. He does. Is he calling to take it away on the river, or just thinks he has the best a lot of it as well?
Just probably thinks he has the best hand right now, and the price was insane, getting 5 to 1. Yeah, that's gonna go chop chop.
Yep. Check, check. As expected, a lot of those rivers are gonna pull out a chop.
Yeah, the only ones that don't are the 3, 4, and 5, right? The rest is gonna be a chop. Or, yeah, the rest is gonna be a chop or a win for the other players. So.
Wasted time of my life.
Right. It was eventful enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was okay with a chop.
That was a fun ride right there.
Thanks, Alex. Big win, yeah.
Chop it below here.
Oh, that means we're definitely not chopping. We're gonna just wait for you to pass.
Crazy.
So he's going to get over to Ben here with ace 9.
I get at least a chance.
50K to go. He's got 9 bigs. Gets it in here. Guy with ace 9 right behind him. Excuse me, ace 8. Lets it go. Expect Dimitri to potentially fold this again. Kind of the same spot it was last time when Ben shoved. He had the king jack. Dimitri lets go. And Steven makes the call with the ace 3 of diamonds. Ben in great shape, yeah.
Ben, with as fast as Steven called, I'm sure Ben was probably worried at first. But I mean, this is completely standard.
Steven trying to hit that 3, ladder up. 9 gonna make it a night. Ben's gonna get that full double up here, up to 885K now. And that's gonna put Steven on our short stack.
Uh-oh, Ben's got chips. I'd like to see a Ben versus Dimitri heads-up battle. It'd be fun to watch. Ben versus Dimitri could be a fun one.
And you see here, Dimitri, 1.5 million. Steven down there with 2 bigs in the small blind. Got some work to do. We got some Ben fans in the chat. Like to see that double up. UTG here for Ben. King Jack of diamonds. Gonna put those new chips to use. Raises it up to 100. Guy with the pocket 5s. I mean, if he ripped here, it'd be kind of ICM suicide with. Oh my goodness, he does rip it here.
It's gonna be really tough for Ben to call.
Yeah, it is, but still.
Steven's definitely getting it in there. Yeah, I think Ben's just gonna fold.
I mean, it's gonna work out for Guy, the fact that nobody woke up with a hand to call his all in, but
absolutely.
With Steven being in the small blind, only having 2 bigs, 3-bet shoving 5s here, kind of not ICM standard.
Not good, not good. No.
See if Steven can pull it out here. Flipping for his tourney life. Picked up a few extra outs there. And can't get there.
Good run, Steven. He's going to be our 5th place finisher for $11,743. Very nice run. Very well played.
Yeah, came in as a chip leader, lost to those queens, basically one of the first hands of the day.
Got very unlucky.
Never really got too much going, but still played very well. Going to take home, just like I said, $11,700 for his 2 days of work. And that play worked out geniusly because it was a jack high flop. Ben would have gotten it all.
Got a double knockout there.
Like I said, we're down to 4 now. Next spot, $15,206. And then $9,700 pay jump. So his next jumps are getting pretty big.
All right, guys, let's do it. Good luck out. Final 4.
And with that, these stacks are evening out a little bit here now. That puts Guy over $1 million.
Raise 125.
And that'll make Ben our short stack now.
Patrick using his image there. Pick up some chippies.
Yeah, like I said, he hasn't been too active, but he's just picked some spots, picked up some chips.
I obviously do not pay attention very well.
Panda there for Dimitri under the gun. Nah. Been counting that stack. See how he should play the ace-jack.
I like a limp.
Yeah, Guy's been pretty aggressive as well. But Ben might not have been seeing that since he hasn't seen a lot of the showdowns besides those 5s. Kevin's saying is Dimitri contagious. His side is completely cleared out. Yeah, just working that side.
Can you keep your stacks at the 20 spot? Thanks.
Keep having to remind Patrick to keep those stacks at 20s.
All of them. I'll do it. It's very important. No, 100%. I got you. I mean, just address it before every time I look over, I'm trying to figure out how many chips you have and I can't tell.
Oh, wow.
On the next one over here, round of the blinds.
Yeah, just put the yellows.
Guy gonna complete the 9-7 off here. Dimitri checks it
How am I
back.
supposed to know that? Okay, I see how
Ace 8-8. King high still the best of it. And Dimitri will stab with that.
That's 50.
You gotta let it go. The rich get richer. Four ways here. Josh, who do you think's going to take it?
I gotta go with Dimitri. The guy's playing great. Ben's my dog, but Dimitri's playing just insane.
Yeah, definitely showing his chops on this stream. Gonna pick up some fans.
And he's picking up 2 kings. That helps things as well.
It darn sure don't hurt. Like I say, he has picked up some nice hands and some nice times, but he's also, like I said, made all the right bets, all the right folds.
Let him share the 2 kings. Love it.
But he's still not too worried about that flop that much. Good time to get a little value. Patrick does pick up the heart draw. I don't think he bet 50. I think he bet 50,000, but Patrick's going to come along.
Really good run out.
Yeah, I kind of expect Dimitri to make a big bet here.
Right.
Try to get called by that queen if he's got it, because he's going to be pulling out pretty much everything else. It's a double pot bet here, just like I was saying, going for the hefty size. But Patrick does not have that queen. Lets it go. But another, like I said, Dimitri making a good big bet on the river.
How much did I got?
It's just me. Nobody else he don't mess with. It's just
Everybody else is stacked. I don't need to ask him.
you know?
I know.
I don't know if that young stuff.
The yellow thing's not full yet. Yet.
I'm full.
Blind versus blind. Patrick with a 10-4.
I'm giving you a watch, sir. You got
Dump it. Yep. Ben will gladly take it.
No,
Pretty important to me.
no,
Justin saying
I
Patrick's
understand.
played pretty well since he's been watching.
Not thinking of
Yeah, he has moved spots pretty well.
He just kind of stayed under the radar most of this whole table.
Laddered up very nicely.
But you've only asked
And slowly just built his stack.
Look, I can look over there and see exactly how much he has in 2 seconds.
Came in with only 365.
Yeah.
And just slowly built it up.
Never played it before.
He never played solo before. What? Never played solo before.
I got my silver now.
One's gonna raise 125.
Matter of fact, I need some spinach. I'm gonna go get some.
Dimitri raised 125 here with the Queen Jack.
The magic elixir.
W. Lamo there on Twitch said he just looked up Dimitri's Hindenbaum. This is his largest cash. Well, good for him, but I'm definitely sure it won't be his largest for long.
Yeah, the guy's an animal. I was very fortunate to be on his left. When our table finally broke, he was like really excited. And then we 3-table redraw. I got to his left again, and he was like, "How blessed are you?" You know, like I was pretty happy to be on his left. But yeah, he played really well. We had some fun hands, some fun hand histories. It's always fun playing against good players. It really challenges your mind. And
Yeah, for sure. Guy here with the small blind, ace king of offsuit. Raise it up 125 to go.
125.
Don't see Dimitri going anywhere. Boom.
Oh, mama.
And guys,
Run good commenced.
looks like guys just gonna bet right out into him.
Please don't raise.
No, I don't see Dimitri ever raising this. Yeah, he's looking at his stack size right now just to see exactly how he should play it. If he's going to be calling just so guy can shove the turn or price him into if he's got a hand. Great card for Dimitri. And guy just rips it exactly like I said he might do. Drawing dead. Dimitri gonna win a monster pot here, the biggest pot of the afternoon.
Yeah, biggest pot of the tournament there. And
And that's going to do it.
We're down to 3.
Guy,
Yeah.
going to be eliminated in 4th place, $15,206 for his troubles. Great run, well played. Very well played tournament by Guy. Can't be too disappointed. 4th place.
Absolutely not. 15,000. That's a nice car.
And he looks like he had a great time playing as well. You
Yeah,
know, that's half the
absolutely.
battle.
Tournaments are fun when you're running deep.
I won, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty solid.
Almost over 1,000 an hour there.
Yeah, now we're down to the final 3, $25,000. Just $2 short of $25,000 actually. $24,998 for the next place.
My girlfriend texted me that phone.
25, 42 change, and 63. Those are our next 3 caches. Almost done. But I don't know. I've seen some heads-up battles commence. I was actually at the final table with the Tony Miles, John Sen heads-up battle that took
Yeah. Did you
felt
have a
like
piece
7
of-
days.
of
I
this
did
in
not. I wish I did.
Yeah. I wish I did.
Most everybody that I was there with did.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
I actually told him I'd come back if he made day 7 because I had left when he was on like day 4, and I didn't end up coming back until the final table. I worked all night long, got off at 7 a.m., went straight to the airport, and of course didn't even get to celebrate that night because played till 7 in the morning basically.
How big was I don't need to know who had it, but how big was the largest piece of that?
I'm not 100% sure.
Like, I pieced out a little bit of the WBT, but my biggest had 10%. I actually, like, YOLO'd the absolute mess out of that tournament. Like, I like, maybe had 20 or 25K liquid and just, like, put up 80%. So,
F it.
Yeah.
Brinkini can do it, you can do it, right?
Right?
Dimitri up to 2.66 million, I'm sorry. He's going to be putting those to use. Like I said, Ben and Patrick are pretty close in stack sizes, so Ben's pretty well aware of that and knows how to not make too many mistakes with Steven still at the table. But 4 or 5 of diamonds, too good to not defend.
Absolutely. Ham flops too well. You can realize really easily.
And you get that kind of flop, you don't have to worry about putting another penny in.
7,500.
I do know the following year also had a buddy, Zen, make the final table.
Yeah, Zen, I met Zen probably 7 years ago. Really nice guy.
Oh yeah, I've known him for a long, long time.
Awesome.
Central Florida guy. But he didn't sell too much of himself, and he, I think that one happened to be like the most he'd ever sold.
Right.
But still
right.
wasn't a lot, but
Yeah,
it just happened
yeah.
to be the most.
Yeah.
It's like one time. You know?
Right.
Gonna be a 30,
I
60.
mean, Zen's a beast too.
Oh, of course. Him and his wife.
Right. Ben is a monster, or Zen is a monster.
Been here on this table as a monster as well.
Yeah, Ben DeBold, an absolute task monster. Like,
Did he win the card player as well? Or?
yeah, he did win a card player here.
Yeah.
I think that's his biggest cash.
Card player Ben?
Yep. I think he won it for like 89.
Yeah, something around that sounds right.
We were talking the other day about tournaments. He still thinks he's stuck in tournaments. He doesn't play. He's like me. He doesn't play many tournaments. But after he won that CPT, he
And he
started
does
finding
ones-
some 10Ks and stuff. So
Oh,
he hasn't
yeah.
put in a lot of volume, but he has like played quite a bit of
Yeah, and he's not playing the smaller ones anyway. He's only playing the ones
Right,
that are 1,100 plus, so it's easy to get 80K buy-ins.
Right, absolutely. And I mean, we both played the WPC 5 Diamond this past year. That was a fun little experience. Not really with how it worked out, but I just had 2 aces.
You were very loud, but you won.
60 bigs apiece.
You got it right.
Standard.
You know, just in a 10K. Let's just get in 60 bigs on day 1. 2 4s. But it happens.
Knew
That's
it was
tournament
coming.
poker. No, 2 of them came. Not just 1. Two. Yeah.
Even better.
The guy knew he was flopping quads.
Later, guy. Nice run.
Hear him congratulating guys. He walks away. Another raising hand here for Dimitri on the button.
Justin says the Johnson heads up may have been the best that I've ever watched. The slow roll at the end is kind of tarnished it. I really genuinely do not think that was a slow roll, man.
It's more of a knit roll for sure.
It was a knit roll,
and they've been playing heads up for so long.
But
You've got to think it through.
It's not even
So
the
much
heads up
money
battle,
on
but it's like
every decision.
Dude, your brain is fried. Like you're battling for like days at a time. You know. Getting no sleep because the adrenaline off of it. Trust me, like you get 0 sleep the night before you bag, or the night after you bag chips. Like, and in almost any big tournament, much less like when you're heads up for the tournament.
Yeah.
You know,
all the fame, all the glory, all
right.
the money.
And it wasn't a slow roll. It was a bit of a knit roll, but at the same time, like he thought Tony Miles had value, which he did. He was value to me, but King Jack doesn't really beat much value, so he just had to, think about the hand.
That's one of those things. She's never gonna end up folding, most likely, but got to think it all the way through. When your brain's not working at 100%, it takes a while.
Right, and I do feel for Tony, and in the heat of the moment, it was probably thought it was a bit slow rolly, but now I'm sure if you ask Tony about the hand, he probably would think it was a slow roll.
I think you believe me for 1 second.
Yeah, when there's that much money involved, there's so much emotions going on as well.
Right.
So Patrick gonna rip it here with the ace-6 on the button. Gonna get it through. Jinx.
Oh, beat ya.
You're fitting in right into Eddie's roll. We do that constantly.
That's awesome.
Probably because the same thing. We talk hands every day. So.
Right. Well, you got a good one in Eddie.
Absolutely.
Sure. That's one you want in your corner.
Even in this last year and a half that we've been, studying and stuff, it's just been insane.
Right.
You can, my own progress that I've seen.
That's like a big part of getting better at poker is talking poker with like-minded people.
Oh yeah.
And, it's nice to have, great friends in your corner. I have a couple of them. I credit them with my WPT win. Those guys really sharpened me. Just because I hadn't played no one in so long. That was playing field.
Well, and that happens a lot too with all these big tournaments. They have a group of people, for Zen, for Tony. Like, some people are in the rail, some people are in the room, doing stuff. Like, they're getting a lot of information thrown at them constantly.
No doubt.
Every time they're not in the hand, they're on the rail trying to get
exactly.
extra info.
I was doing that too. I had probably 30 people here.
You should be.
Yeah, just because the shortness of the drive, and they had the stream pulled up. They were like letting me know what was up.
If other people are doing it and you're not, you're at a massive disadvantage.
Absolutely.
If they know your cards and what you're doing every time and you have no clue. Justin said net roll is probably more accurate, but Miles had shown a tendency for bluffing. Yeah, was that a 7-high bluff? Was a 8-high? It was a beast. It was a beast of a bluff.
It was a hell of a bluff, but I don't know. I think there's like live reads is a big part of my game, and I personally did not think. I thought TK or Tony was showing strength, and so whenever he does have value there, like he had. I think that's why the tanking happened, because King Jack does not beat value there. So in that particular spot.
Ben's gonna rip it here, blind versus blind after Patrick completes. Trying to see a cheap one with the 8-3 suited, but can't call off his whole stack. Ricky, we're on a 20-minute delay here, Jacksonville, Florida. 3 left in this Fall Frenzy number 2, 63K up top, 25K for next. Let's hunt this trophy. And Patrick does finally let it down.
Catch a break. For a second. That's my money.
Jabber asking, are these tournaments pretty soft, or do they get a lot of crushers?
I'd say it's a good blend of both.
There's no shortage of action, and any of these tournaments are cash games in Jacksonville, that's for sure.
But there's definitely some crushers in this room that like literally live here, so they're all playing them. I mean,
But a lot of those guys are also cash players that are
Right.
coming into tournaments, so there are spots that just don't, necessarily fully translate from one to the other. And that's what you said. Your live reads are massive for you, and that's
Right.
that's more of from a cash game type
Right,
of player.
absolutely.
Like, grew up playing in the live cash, and it's totally different than these children of the sim nowadays, like we said.
Right. I actually have text from Landon saying how he's not gonna get into the tournament scene or whatnot.
Can't help
You
it.
can see an all-in from the small blind and the quick call from the king and the 10.
Yeah, Dimitri makes him
And
pick up a hand, and he
is
does.
ahead, so
Yeah, it's huge. That's huge.
Dimitri got some equity here still. See if the
Flops a pair.
both up.
Turns the
pair,
diamond
turns
draw.
front.
Let's
no,
see
no
what
way
happens.
he's not
No.
getting there. No way. Oh, he does fade. Okay.
Nice. It's never easy. Always a
Never
sweat.
easy.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like,
And he gets that double up. Much needed. Still on the short stack, I believe.
huge.
But
Oh, that one? This one is bigger than that one. I mean, compared to stack sizes.
Both fine plays.
Oh, yeah, this was a good one. But like me having me short and them getting all in.
there. 7-4 diamonds got a lot of equity. Plus fold equity, not against that particular.
force him to pick up something.
Right.
Obviously, they did.
Because I was the shortest at that point. I think. Or like close. Close too. Yeah.
Yeah, I been talking about him being short yesterday. Final 2 tables. I gave him the old courtesy double. With the
That's nice
7
of
high.
you. I'm sure he appreciates it.
Yep. Ace and the jack here for
Roll tide, baby.
Dimitri.
Roll tide.
I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. I think this is something that's becoming very popular on online tournaments now, and it's applying a ton of ICM pressure on both players. So just open jamming any hands with equity against these 2 stacks, forcing one of them.
I remember one of the great WPTs back in the day with Elke at the final table. It was like 6 or 7 hand, and he had like 85% of the chips in play, and he was just jamming every single hand.
And that is the absolute correct play, just forcing these guys to fold because
it was so fun to watch that one too.
Yeah. And the guy it applies the most pressure to is the guy in second. The guy in second just has to sit there and get abused, and there's nothing he can do about it.
And that's kind of why Ben's just kind of waiting, picking his spots, because he knows that. It's so important for him to be second in chips and not third.
Right.
120.
I think we're just going to get the money in here. If these stacks are right, yeah, the money's going to get in. Dimitri's not, though. Oh, just called, okay. Taking to the streets with the ace and the 9.
I wonder if that's just because he thinks Patrick might not just bluff off afterwards, so he can play kind of face up.
Right.
Interesting bet here.
Be careful going
Both
over.
times.
Oh, shit, sorry.
I mean, Dimitri shouldn't have, Patrick can have the ace kings. I mean, might have been jammed pre, but or c-bet, but theoretically, Dimitri doesn't have the ace kings.
What's going on, Rob? My buddy Absher J there. He's actually a big reason why I played the WPT. He wanted to buy a big piece and then backed out last minute. So I was like, you know what? I'm firing it. So I fired and it worked out. But this guy plays big. Rob Absher. He plays he flew out to Vegas like a month or 2 ago to play 200, 400 with Eric Berger, and those guys. So.
Yeah, we hosted a game in Daytona.
Yeah.
A few years ago, Berger came down.
Right.
200, 400, like Hellmuth.
Oh my.
A few beasts. It was for all beasts, I should say.
I mean, what is this?
Ben ripping the king queen here on the button. Dimitri waking up with the ladies.
We had a 675, $6.95 it looks like.
Patrick gets out of the way.
All in for C-Day.
Oh.
$6.95.
Oh, no, Patrick is not going.
He's not
Excuse me.
folded yet. I mean, he's just got to know to fold here.
He does. Yeah, even if you have king queen suited there, he should be folding.
So Ben's got 3 outs here, but 2 now that we see the king 9 of diamonds folded. So
Yeah, gonna be looking for some help.
Dimitri in very good shape here to win the tournament. Okay, here's a straight draw for both players. A Yaki would be. Oh! And Ben
Gives it
doubles.
to him.
Wow. Sickening.
Yep.
I've been there. Well, not on that side of it, but I did hit a 3-outer for a large amount of money on the WPC final table.
Queen's 0 for 2 tonight.
5, 6, 7,
Yeah, it was an easy ball.
There's some Max Payne you were rooting for, guys, in the chat.
Did you get 5? You gave him 5 back, right?
I've got.
And Steven was
Yeah, he threw 20. Yeah.
not wanting that to happen. He was rooting for them queens to hold up.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
would have been an $18,000 pay bump. To just fade that river.
I was about to not run like
Instead, Ben gets the full double up, and now he's dangerous.
Yeah. 41.
It's never good news when you don't ask for a count.
I can't run like a god on this.
What?
I said I can't run like a god on this.
That's true.
That's a pretty sick one, but still.
Yeah. Happens.
Alright, so I got smalls. 30,000.
Yes, sir.
Looks like some of those chip stacks are a little off. But
Yeah, I
they'll get that
think
worked out.
one of the hands got reported as him betting 50, but he bet 50,000.
Right, I did see that.
Yeah, so now it's registering as 100, and Ben's going to be calling here with 2 8s. This is super standard.
Yep, blind
Patrick's
versus
got
blind.
3 outs. Unfortunate, Ben woke up with a hand, and
Been looking to hold this time.
this is how tourneys go. Ben goes from 3 outs to having a guy have 3 outs, and just like that, we are heads up. Great run, Patrick, getting $24,998, 25K day. Not so bad.
Yeah, well played. I said he came in as the 3rd short stack, only 365K. So just grinded, played well, picked his spots.
Yeah, if you would have told him he was getting 25K coming in today, he would have been extremely happy with that result. So great, well played by Patrick. Phenomenal run, and we're almost even here in this heads-up battle. I think I called this one, the old Ben versus Dimitri.
Once Eddie went out, I expected
Yeah.
these two to navigate the table probably the best out of everyone
Yeah,
left.
most experienced probably.
You don't have a. Hey, let's take a. Hey, let's take a 5-minute break. I need to go to the bathroom. Okay.
Looks like they're going to take a quick 5-minute bathroom break before they start this heads-up battle, and I think I'm going to do the same.
This is actually probably going to be the end of the road for me, guys. I got to go take a nap or something at the hotel room.
I don't blame you. Quick,
I mean, maybe come back, pop in, play some cash, but it has been a blast, been a pleasure.
910.
Yeah, it's Diebold, spelled like D-I-E-B-O-L-D.
Diebold.
Diebold, pronounced Diebold. But yeah, it was fun hanging out with you guys. I had a blast. Got to get out of here and get some sleep. So.
All right, thanks for joining us. Once again, that's Josh Atkins, WPT champ. We are lucky enough to have him join us on this stream.
It was
guest
an
commentating tonight.
absolute pleasure. Gonna go grind some plo in a little bit after a quick little cat nap. But
All right, we
you
will
guys
both
take
all
care.
be back here in just 5 minutes for you guys. Enjoy the break.
Do you have a pen?
Yeah.
Head over this way, Patrick.
So like 40. Okay, and that was just the big one, right? Or the
Yes.
button. It was just the button.
Yes, it is. I won this time, Moose. Thanks for the
You
Red Bull.
definitely won.
Thanks for the Red Bull. I can't believe I shoved into there.
Okay, Dimitri, can I get your picture again, please? Okay, so whenever you're taking the pictures, what Jesse's talking about is he wants it like that. So like not like a bunch of stuff above it, like nothing like that, just like kind of in their face.
Listen, I'm short, okay? I gotta reach for this shit.
Ben, can I get your picture, please? Sure.
Why don't we put the trophy here?
We're gonna take a picture.
Okay, last time we didn't do it, so I don't know why.
I just went over everything with Arlie.
Gotcha.
I got sit. Okay.
Cool, what's it?
Cool, sit. And you were just a small blind, so you're gonna be the big blind this hand.
I was
you're
the
gonna
big
be-
one. I was the big one. So I called it. I called off. He shoved small blind.
Right,
I
so
called.
you're gonna be the small blind. You're gonna be the big blind. Correct? Yeah.
I just remember it was 256.
That dude showing me there was like,
That was
hooray for the rest of us.
One guy
You guys
I
made,
have no chips, and he has like a pile. And
These guys high.
made a 20K jump?
10K. It was a 10K. It was the biggest drop of the field, probably.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, I don't think he was paying attention.
What?
I don't think
He's
he was
gonna
paying
be sitting in the bed and
I
like
don't think he
talking
was
to
paying
himself.
attention to any of that.
I can't hear what?
I said I don't think he was paying attention to any of that.
I mean, obviously.
Honestly, I mean, if you know there's, how do you do that? I have no idea.
Sure, he's happy though. He plays 2-2 normally, so it's good for him.
Yeah, he's on stone tail right now.
That's just suicide.
Yeah, I know. That was wild.
How many chips do I have?
You have 1.9?
1.9, I got 2.6.
2.6.
Pretty close.
Who did you play heads up in the 240?
All right, boys and girls, we are final two here. Heads up
Pretty sick.
for the
Two
stacks.
back-to-back run, huh?
Jordan Spina, been hanging out with you guys all night behind the scenes in the booth.
Yeah, I mean, I thought.
Josh Atkins just hit the road. He's going to take a nap. And Eric, 1K Steinball, is going to finish this baby out with me. As you can see from those graphics and the break, stacks are pretty close. Dimitri has been by just a bit, about 500,000.
I ran into that.
And like I guys showed you a second ago in both, excuse me, all the chats, first prize will be 63K, second will be 42K. So about 20,000 difference from first and second places here.
When he get, this guy's pretty.
Let's finish this thing out strong, Eric, huh?
Heck yeah, like I said, about a $21,000
Big stacks.
heads up match here.
Yeah, these boys ain't chopping it, guys. We're going to play this thing out.
Now, Dimitri, like I said, Dimitri won the event one straight up, no chop.
If you guys could
Hoping to do it again.
No, we're not chopping. I'm going to just go ahead and tell you guys right now, we are not chopping this thing.
Standing up or sitting down?
Sitting down's good.
We're not going to chop.
No chopping.
Yeah, without your
Just need a little
final
Leonardo to say it for us.
Yeah, right.
All right, a little heads up photo.
A photo op with the trophy. One of these boys is going to leave holding that thing.
Yeah, it'd be nice if Dimitri could pick up a second trophy to take back with him to Michigan.
Take two trophies back to Michigan?
Yeah.
Think he guys has to pay extra to check that on the plane?
I don't think he'll mind.
Yeah.
Oh, you blinked and
Take it off my tab.
Second place, locked up 42-3.
Yep.
So
for them to post on Facebook.
Steven, we can't give him both trophies. Second place trophy?
no, he's saying only one trophy, like a Highlander. There can be only
Oh,
one.
I see.
Yeah.
Only one trophy. One of them blinked. Retake.
All right, Kurt back in to try to finish this off. Cooler Kurt is his name.
That's right.
See if he can do it on the heads up streets. Oh,
Psych. Oh, maybe not.
Put Arlie's number.
again, if you're just joining us, where you been?
That's right. We're
welcome.
3 hours plus into this final table, down to the last two.
Yeah.
Played this thing out
Royal
since.
Plus, just checking in. Everyone
What?
else got busted. Yeah, everyone else got
Yeah.
busted.
Where you been?
We've been going. 3.5 hours in.
Started with 8. We are down to 2.
Already longer than the one last month.
15 more minutes, okay?
You guys sure the levels heads up or they stay the same?
They stay the same.
What
Levels-
stays the same?
Levels are staying the same. Level length.
Level time.
Length
Oh,
of level.
yeah.
Stays the same. Okay? Good luck,
All right,
gentlemen.
it's no Kurt, but at least it looks like she's going to try to finish this
That's
off.
right. Like Arlie said, let's get this thing started.
She can deal coolers too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Heads up, though. I mean, when you're getting stacks in, a lot of it's just going to be standard spots.
Sure. Especially with the stack so similar here. Like I said, Dimitri, I believe, has about 500,000 more than Ben.
All right, what are the blinds here? You're at 150 in the middle, so 60, 60,
Yeah.
30. Okay. Yeah, Ben does have a little over 30 big, so there's still plenty of playability.
Yep. 10-7-6 rainbow. Check.
Yeah, Jordan thinking Josh for swinging by.
Yeah, he's
Glad to have him.
he's the man, WPT champ. Always nice to stop back in the booth. Josh hit the road though, so next time you see him, tell him what's up and that you enjoyed listening to him.
Looks like Dimitri's going to take the lead, bet 75K here on the turn.
Yep. Ben's gonna make a call.
Yeah, Ben knows Dimitri could be doing this with a wide range of hands, and ace high still
Sure.
has a chance to be good.
So ace high is good.
Yeah, Dimitri bottom of range here is going to have to bet most likely. I expect probably something closer to 2/3 pot, so full pot maybe.
That was a pretty big bet. It looked like, huh?
330 in the middle.
Looks like Ben snap folded that.
225, yeah, about 2/3 pot. And Ben lets it go. Well played. First blood goes to Dimitri.
That's right.
Like I said, Dimitri did come in as our short stack today.
Yeah, just grinding this thing out.
Played incredible. All the boys back home watching on YouTube.
That's right.
Definitely proud of him.
If nothing else, he can definitely be proud of how he played this weekend down here at Best Bet Jacksonville.
And now he's just going to rub it in your guys' face because he had these scores and y'all didn't. So
That's right.
not sure how long this heads-up battle is going to be, but make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe button. Make sure you click the notifications bell. We get lots of fun stuff here for you on our stream
Sure.
weekly.
I believe we're taking a couple-day break, but we'll be back Wednesday evening. So don't go too far. We'll be right back in a couple days' time.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh, big hands here. Ace, Jack, Jack, Jack. On the button with Jacks. Ben's going to make a raise here.
And heads up.
Oh, he just called, excuse me.
The small blind is on the button as well, so they
That's
are
right.
first act pre-flop, and then last act post-flop.
So Ben just flats, and now Dimitri's going to come in with a raise here.
Yeah, he's going to raise up to 200,000. Now Ben gets to decide how he wants to play this. He wants to continue to play tricky and trappy, or
He comes back over the top here.
yeah.
Did he just snap it off?
Yep, he did.
All in.
It's pretty hard to be trappy heads up.
Yeah, it
Like,
really
it's,
is.
There's just not a lot of opportunities.
I agree. So now Dimitri's in a tough spot here. He's got 2.5 back. He's got to bet 1.6 mil to call here. So he leave himself very short if he makes this call.
He's thinking it through, trying to remember other hands Ben
Wow.
played. Makes the laydown.
Wow. So had he made that call and lost that hand, he would have left himself with under a mil left. Chose to make the fold there, and Ben will scoop up that $200,000 bet.
Yeah, Chat's a little surprised he folded.
I'm
but-
surprised.
I mean, well, when Ben makes that play,
Sure.
I mean, it's pretty polarized. He's going to be dominated a lot.
Yeah, and everybody hates Ace Jack, King Jack. That's a terrible hand, right? No one wants that.
I mean, that's a pretty great hand, especially heads up, but
One man's
you
opinion.
don't generally like to call off
Right,
the turn
sure.
with it. Yeah. And we're going to have blind versus blind here, calling a check. Well, I guess they'll all be blind versus blind from here on out.
Yeah.
Check, check to the turn. You can see here Ace Jack 6, 8. Ben with the only draw. And 7 high.
7 high is strong.
Yeah, but that's going to get the chop with the paired board on the river if no one fires at it.
Yeah, this first one to take a stab there is going to get it.
And Ben does.
He said you don't want to play a board.
Mad Benjamin on YouTube says, does this
I was going to say.
look like a man beaten by jacks?
That's right. Did Ben take the lead from him with that scoop that 200K?
Yeah, I believe so.
Slight? No, I think Dimitri's slightly still ahead. Maybe 200,000-300,000 up, but it's close, guys. They were close in stacks here. Oh, premium hands here. Ben with Queen 10 on the button in the small blind. 30,000 to call. He's gonna make a raise. 150,000 from Ben. Dimitri now with Ace King.
Yeah, they're deeper now, so they can bunch of different ways they can play this hand.
What do you do here, Eric? You flat this? Or you come in over?
I mean, you haven't dominated so much. I'm gonna be raising here a lot.
It does. 400,000 is the raise. And wow, Ben just snap folds that, so.
Yep, trading chips.
Yep.
Yeah, it's such a big hand, heads up. You want
Past
to
few
build that
spots.
pot. Build that pot up. And you don't mind if they rip it to call off, that's for sure. So. King 8 in the big blind for Ben, which means you're gonna just complete the Jack 9. Ben gonna make it 200.
Wow, raises option here.
Yeah, King 8 suited, great hand, heads up.
And Jack 9 offsuit for Dimitri, 140 to call here.
Yeah, I expect to defend
Sure.
in position. They're definitely deep enough to peel. And he does, and we've got a nice little pot here. 460 in the middle. I think it's the first time we've gone heads up since the first hand.
Ace Jack 9 rainbow.
Big
so
flop for Dimitri.
Yeah. Two pair on the flop.
Yeah, that's gonna benefit the razor's range though, so Ben should stab at it here, and he does.
Just a couple of backdoor draws. He's going to lead out. Looks like 125. Dimitri just going to come in here.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of turn cards that Ben's gonna fire second bullet at, and that's
That's a
one of the
bad
worst
card.
cards for
Yeah,
Dimitri.
that's a terrible card for Dimitri. Three pair now. His nines are counterfeited. Any ace crushes him.
Better jacks.
Right.
But I feel Ben might go bet because he should be the only one with an ace here a lot
So,
of times.
Right. Ben's going to continue 300,000 here. 400,000.
yeah.
Excuse me. Dimitri, bottom two.
Yep, like I said,
Yep.
he knows that.
That was a terrible, terrible turn card.
If he makes that call there, Ben has a pretty good shoving stack on the river, and
Sure.
that's pretty much how the hand looked like it was going to play out, and he didn't want to be forced to call off with the Jack 9 there, so he let it go. Well played by Ben. Unfortunate for Dimitri, he got the nut worst turn card. Now he's wishing he would have raised the flop, but in the long run, I like the way he played it. Still a little vulnerable as well. Like I said, he could have better two pair.
Sure.
So.
Jack 9 again. Oh, that can't be right, can it? Jack 9, maybe?
Yep, Jack 9 for Dimitri in the blind.
So
Ben first here.
Yep, Ben's going to make the call in the small blind. He's going to check his option here.
Ace 10-8 open-ended for Dimitri here. Got the best of it.
Yep, open-ended
Best
backdoor
hand, best
clubs.
draw.
So Dimitri checks it to Ben, who's going to bet 60,000. Dimitri open-ended just flats behind, and Dimitri's going to check this turn. Haven't seen what it is yet. Nine of spades.
Yeah, it's going to give Ben some chop outs here.
Yeah.
And running nines.
Running nines. So Dimitri, trip nines.
Front door clubs does get there. Dimitri bets it and takes it here. Jack high can't call.
So thank you guys so much for coming back, sticking with us. We've been here all week. This is the 4th stream we've run this week. We definitely appreciate all your guys' viewership. Couldn't be here without you guys. This is the $1,500 Fall Frenzy Part 2 final table. It's been a fun tournament both months we've ran it. And wow, look at Ben here with kings in the big blind. Now Dimitri in the small. He's going to make a call. Excuse me.
Crazy daisy. 125. Looking at these sizes here.
Yeah, Ben's got 2 mil back, just a little bit over. He's going to make another raise. So looks like 325 there. 425, excuse me. That last one always sneaks in there.
Yeah, those white chips are a little wider, so they hide better.
Dimitri just ships it here, and Ben snaps him off. We're all in here.
Dimitri, we can see now, has
Pocket jacks. Pocket jacks,
Oh,
Dimitri.
jacks? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
jacks for Dimitri. Kings for Ben. Both players all in. Ben's at risk here. Dimitri still has him covered by just a little bit.
Yeah, about 250K.
Ace 5-4, 2 diamonds on the flop. Ace pairs the turn. He's going to need a jack.
No, Ben gets
Will not
the
get there.
monster double up.
Ben's going to get a huge double up here, leaving Dimitri very, very short.
And you saw the disgust on Dimitri's face when he flipped over those jacks. Just so heartbreaking to get such a massive cooler this, when you're heads
Oh, man,
up
yeah. And Ben is just so commanding now. He's going to have over $4 million in chips, and Dimitri's going to leave himself very, very short.
Yeah, blinds are 60. He's going to have about 4.5 bigs maybe left,
Yeah.
maybe less than that.
This might be the beginning of the end for Dimitri unless he can double up a few times real quick here.
That's the plan.
Ben's going to have all the chips just about. So Ben has been pretty quiet tonight. Finally catches Dimitri slipping one time.
That's just a cooler.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't.
That's right.
But you're running into the right spots,
Right.
that's for sure.
That's right. He moves the Yeti cooler. Ben will have, I'll throw some stacks up for you guys. Ben has 4.3 million and Dimitri only with 250,000 left.
Yeah, you can see there 96% there for
4
Ben.
big blinds left for Dimitri, so he's going to have to make a move here fast.
Yeah, we have a couple double ups though, and you're right back in it. He's not going to just give up, that's for darn sure. He is going to be big blind this hand as well, so there's a 100.
Yeah, there goes a fourth of his stack there.
Half because the ante as
Oh,
well.
right, the ante. So there goes half his stack on this hand. He might have to just get it here because.
Most likely. Anything jack or higher
Yeah.
is going to be getting it in. Like I said, Ben knows that. Just going to be getting it in.
Yeah, Ben just ships it with anything and he gets a
few
call.
times probably.
So Jack 9 versus 10-8 here.
Yeah, Ben will probably just be getting it in basically blind here a few times, trying to knock him out.
It's gonna be hard to win this one.
No king, no queen.
Okay, can't win.
Wow. Okay. So drawn dead now for Ben. Dimitri boats up here on the turn. Is going to double up real quick.
Yeah, 1 for 1.
That's right. Just got to do it a few more times.
What's the damage?
190.
So Dimitri has worked his stack up to just back up to 400K just about. That's right, Nick. Put the rally cap on.
A little more, I think, because the antes were in there as well. So I think he's got like 450, 460.
Right, right.
One more double up there. He's right back in it.
Yep.
How's that? All right.
Doubles up one more time. He's back close to a mil, and we have a game again. So.
It's 3 to 1. And then double up, it's even. So.
Yep.
And you can maneuver much easier when you're
Sure.
not all in pre-flop.
Oh, it's just the button move.
Oh, I moved it twice. Sorry. Okay, so you're 30, 60, 60. Right.
Yep. A lot of coolers happen in heads up. Seems to, you get to these stacks and these points where you just get 2 great hands and just going to have to get it in.
I don't think he'll do it here. Yeah.
No,
he's
Ben
gonna-
can't defend there.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
You hear his disgust. He wanted to just be able to call that, but he can't.
Yeah, he just gives them 120,000.
Yep.
That's a big portion of the stack,
Sure.
so you never want to.
Yeah, it's a fifth of his stack.
I got saved.
Like we said, 42,000 for second, 63 for first.
Yeah, over 20K pay jump from second to first, so big money here they're playing for. 20K on the line, just about, essentially.
60, how much do you have now? Sorry.
So Ben here, Queen 7 suited on the button.
You have like 500?
He says you got less than 5? Oh, yeah.
4. Just over 4.
There it is.
Yep.
So raised to 9.
Suited Queen, Ben ships it here. See if Dimitri's going to call. Goes in the tank here with it.
Yeah, could easily have a borderline hand. You know, some of the ones you don't really want to call. You're ahead of the range a lot of times, but do you want to call off here?
Call.
Like,
Makes the call. Looks like a 4 I saw. Pocket 4s? Is that what it was?
let's see.
No. Jack 4 suited. So Jack 4 suited. Queen 7 suited. Dimitri at risk here. Trey 7, 2 spades. So Ben hits a 7.
Yep, gonna need 3 outer here. Jack on the river. Couldn't get one before. Can he get one now?
The slow roll, wow. And he will not.
That'll be it for this Fall Frenzy.
That's
Ben
right.
Diebold, card player Ben now. Fall Frenzy Ben.
Big 60,000 plus win for Ben here. 40,000-ish for Dimitri. Great run from Dimitri. He already trophied once this weekend. He's going to pick up a second-place finish here in the $1,500 Fall Frenzy Part 2. Ben DeBold going to take this baby down for 60-plus thousand, 63,182 to be exact. There was 182 entries in this tournament. Started yesterday, finished today. Big stack, short tournament. Lots of fun here at Best Bet Jacksonville.
What a tournament. What
Yep.
a final table.
That's right.
Dimitri came in short stack, maneuvered his way, played incredible, made it to heads up, got cooler there when they were about even.
Yep. Dimitri
And,
made a great run, like Eric just said. Came in the
Definitely
short
gonna be
stack
proud.
and ran this thing all the way towards the end.
Like we said, card player Ben now, Fall Frenzy champion Ben. Going
right.
to get another trophy on his mantle from here in Jacksonville. Congratulations to them. Thanks you all for joining us here at Best Bet Live. Once again, make sure you follow us, hit that notification bell, subscribe, like. Make sure you're ready for us next time. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Myself, Eric 1K Steinball, Jesse the Boss. You can see him on the table prep and stuff. Jordan, the super producer. Kurt, Elise at the dealers. We thank you all so much. Appreciate you. See y'all next time.